size too big, so they're just huge, but it's just like the JQ logo, but it's way too big, and I don't like it.
Oh, that's this part?
Yeah.
What's with the elevator-ass music?
This is Persona 5.
No, but I can wear just like...
Don't look at me like that, this is a
well-loved...
I'm just saying it's elevator-ass music.
That was
I'll get to use both of them next week, because I'm an advisor both Monday and Tuesday.
See if I send you any more
That's right, I get to go on my day off and work as an advisor, because I fucking myself.
I said, see if I send you any more gnome.
No, my gnome memes.
I need to get more, because I have like 3 of the nice polos.
Dude, honestly, I've been buying a bunch of polos from American Eagle.
Did
They're
you guys
nice
know
polos.
about the goose, though? I only found about Andy the Goose is from Hastings.
Who's Andy the Goose?
Okay, so now I feel better knowing, myself not knowing. Apparently, there was this goose in the late 80s, early 90s, and he was born with a foot defect, and he didn't have feet, so they gave him shoes. They modified baby shoes to fit on this goose.
Oh,
and so he became like an icon for disabled children. He was on like the Tonight Show, and he was a celebrity. But he died under mysterious circumstances. He was kidnapped and killed. They found him still in his shoes, dead. Anyway, there's a woman doing.
Did they stuff the J's though?
He had a sponsorship from Nike, and they made him shoes. He has a Wikipedia page
He's wearing
too.
Converse.
He's got mad drip. But the great-granddaughter of that guy, the guy who made the shoes, is doing a comedy show in October, and she's going to tell this true story about this goose with some comedic flair.
Imagine that being your family heritage.
Yeah, my grandpa made some shoes for a goose. And the goose was killed under mysterious circumstances.
The goose was murdered in a hit
glossed
and
over
run.
the best part, which is that he became an icon for disabled children.
I said that part.
Yeah, she did.
And
you glossed
Ed
over.
was killed by under mysterious circumstances.
Somebody really hates disabled children, I guess.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty normal, but...
That's fucked up. Get different breath.
Found with his head and wings removed.
Right?
Oh my
With
god.
his shoes still
He was
on.
brutalized.
Yeah, that's some, like,
Okay, I was prepared for, like, some kid shot him in the head with a BB gun, and...
Would you shoot a goose with shoes in it?
It's feels like something. It's feels
Could
like
you
something an
kill
asshole
a goose
teenager.
with shoes?
It's way more brutal. I was expecting, like, death by BB gun.
No.
Like, neighborhood kids who are out shooting squirrels saw a goose with shoes and thought, that's fucking stupid, let's shoot it.
His death was equivalent to, like, Netflix documentary style deaths, you know?
The granddaughter wants to make a documentary. Like, her current goal is, like, she's doing this comedy show, and she also wants to make a documentary about
Move on, girlie. Come on.
No, it's their livelihood. It's their
her claim to fame. She's also the reason the goose is named that way, though. Because if you look at the Wikipedia page, the goose is named Andy after this middle schooler who bullied her when she was a kid. She told her grandpa, "You should name it Andy," and so he did.
I want my school bully to be immortalized. Maybe
As
she
a
brutalized the goose as a backwards way of
To silence it.
silencing her bully.
This is you, Andy.
Rips
Its
off.
wings and head off.
Dumbass.
Leaves the Converse on.
Dumbass.
Can't fuck with the drip.
Alice, your ass murder.
What? Alistair doesn't brutalize people, he kills them.
Pretty efficiently.
Relatively clean,
Yeah.
yeah.
25 brutalizes people.
I killed him efficiently by putting 25 arrows into the back of his skull.
I killed him efficiently by putting all of his blood that was inside his body
Outside of his body. Holy shit!
Yeah.
You should go to, like, PETA and tell them about that.
Andy the Goose?
New humane way of killing cows. Just take all their blood out and put it somewhere else.
Just cause lots of internal bleeding. The bleeding's already supposed to be there.
The blood is supposed to be there, so it's not like it's bad.
The blood is supposed to be.
I can't take credit for that. It's a line from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where the characters is in the hospital and they're just like, you have a bunch of internal bleeding, and he was just like, that's fine.
This is
the
what
blood's
the cow
supposed
looks
to
like
be.
when after you've drained it.
I was freaking crazy frog penis.
No. I just took it from this meme of a.
Political cartoon?
Yeah.
Alright, we must begin. Get a head start. Last time, Nimbus and Yule and through the Vox block, Tertius and Alistair were convening and talking about how best to travel between layers of split timelines within the Lunar Observatory. We just left off as Carter ventured away from the safety of the inner observatory towards whatever dark corners lie within its spherical structure. Carter, you quickly find the gap between what you know to be real and what you think might be real, and you find yourself wandering a dark, flat plain. Distant pinpricks of light illuminate targets off in the distance. You're moving away from one of them, and three of them lie in cardinal directions laid out in front of you.
Life has told me that this was the exit, so I'm going to keep walking forward. Yeah, I'll just keep walking forward.
The one that is cardinally north to you becomes larger and larger.
Keep on walking.
Keep on walking.
Walking.
You keep on walking
Keep walking.
until you find
down our wall. Keep
yourself
walking.
very close to the pinprick of light. You're almost able to make out shapes from within. Strangely, it seems to resemble a recap.
That's crazy. I did it last week.
You can pass on if you want.
I will. I don't care who. I did
think
it
it's
last
between
week.
me and Cole.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because you give it
We
to
went
me twice
into
and I
a
passed
bunch
to
of
him.
fucking bullshit rooms in pairs.
Yeah.
Well said.
It was Emmy and 25, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It was Alistair and Tertius.
Mm-hmm.
Nimbus and Carter,
Nimbus and Carter, and then
Thelonious and Kenji.
yes. Alistair and Tertius talked to the cat lady, Braithwaite?
Briarswipe.
Briarswipe. Fuck. Close enough.
What's her first name?
What does it start with?
This is a trivia question, by the way.
What does it start with?
Okay.
Your previous boss.
Killjoy. Briarswipe.
Close.
I know, that's why I said Killjoy.
Kelso.
Kelso. Yeah.
Kelso.
We talked to her.
Kelso. Sorry.
Emmy and 25 talked to the Gananax.
Genanax.
What is it?
Gen.
Genanax.
Gananax.
The ooze,
It's a G-E, not G-A.
Gainax.
the stuff.
Gaynax.
Don't talk about my brother that way.
Gay snacks.
Me,
We'll
what I call
say-
my girlfriends.
Do you think Gay
Snacks.
Snacks are playing book snacks?
It was
That was fun.
Nimbus and who was Nimbus with?
Carter.
Carter. Nimbus and Carter talked to the Lythus, and Carter was having like an existential crisis of what the fuck is this thing?
And Nimbus just mooned
It was just so loud.
Yeah, and Nimbus knew what it was, so Nimbus was like, "Fuck you, dude, go."
So she broke the fabric of reality.
And then I met up with Yule and the Moth Cloak. Moth Cloak goes, real or fake?
Alistair desperately wants his boyfriend back.
It's not my boyfriend. We're just really good friends, okay?
There was one other
He's
person.
always
They
wrapped
just like-
around you.
Yeah, they like to ride each other, okay? It's fine.
He likes to sit on my shoulder. Sometimes we kiss. It's normal, you know.
Sometimes
He
sucks you
whispers
off.
sweet
He whispers
nothings
sweet
in your
yeah.
ear.
No, because that would make it gay, dude.
There was one other
Yeah, the socks are on the whole time.
non-player player,
Yep.
Yeah?
non-player character.
Top Hat was
Sig.
Sig. Thank you.
Oh, he was with us and then he disappeared.
Aw.
He was with
Thelonious and...
Nope.
Wasn't he with
You know,
Thelonious
I was,
and Kenji?
yeah, he was saying Tertius, so I was saying no to him.
Thelonious and Kenji.
And then he vanished.
Thelonious. The villain.
Villain.
Thelonious.
25 started ripping a hole through space and
He's
time.
just ripping through
He
being
was
his
peeling
fuck
off the
magic.
wallpaper, but there
He's
was no
trying to get to
wall.
the asbestos.
It's the only source of nourishment I
Bro's
have, okay?
fiending for the asbestos.
The only source of nourishment I have. You guys wouldn't get it. You have mouths.
Carter, as you continue, the image of the thingamabobber
The recap.
resolves into what looks like a dimly lit, rain-filled chamber. It's your pals.
Poe and Mac.
Thelonious and Pidgey.
What's up, y'all? As I jump scare you guys appearing behind you.
As if from nowhere.
Ah!
What are you doing here?
Who do you guys have to talk to?
Oh, are we all able to talk to people?
Yeah. I assume.
Wait, who did you talk to?
The Lythus? Some freak show that was really loud. That not ring any bells?
Like I've heard of it, but I wasn't there for it, nor do I really understand the complexities of his persona.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I crushed him with his own wall.
That's sick. Yeah, he told me to walk this way, and now I'm here. I was with Nimbus, and she vanished. Don't really know what that's about.
Do you know how she vanished?
She walked a different direction while I was talking to the Lythus. And then when I turned to look to respond or to ask her something, she was gone. So no. But on my walk over here, I did see two other...
So you think we're basically just connected by a bunch of invisible hallways?
Yeah.
Alright,
It
so if I go to
seemed
this
like
corner,
there-
we'll be able to map it out.
Two other rooms.
I start walking to a corner that does not exist in the circular room.
Silas watches you silently from his grounded perch in the
Oh yeah,
center.
Silas is the one we were talking to.
He was watching you ask them who they talk to and then blanking on it. Silently judging him.
I knew. I just never got to
We can
respond.
answer the question, yeah.
Pray tell me, what are you planning to do?
Leave.
Reunite.
If you seek exit, you simply have to ask the doors. Emotions behind him, simply in front of us here.
Thank you. And I
Wouldn't,
will start walking towards that door.
wouldn't it be better to, if everyone's in here, wouldn't it be better to reconnect with everyone than leave together?
I don't know if we can. I'm
Well, you found us.
true, but I'm unsure of how how this space works.
I mean, it's just hallways, right? We're just in a bunch of dark rooms, and there's some illusion magic happening that makes it so we just can't see the doors, so we just walk through.
I think that
Kenji says, vastly simplifying how.
I think exiting through the door will send us to the other ones. I think trying to go a different direction is just going to take us further from where we're trying to go.
Well, then, if Silas, does everyone who's given a challenge have a door they can leave through?
Presumably, I'm not privy to the actions of others here.
So-
According to the Lythus, yes.
So even if we just go to another room, we just use that exit then.
Mm-hmm. And we just keep going through.
So if we find everyone, we can just use whatever exit of whatever room we're in.
I think each exit takes you to other rooms, because I left through my exit and it brought me here.
I thought you took the not the official exit, just a corner in the room that didn't.
I took the exit that the Lythus told me was there,
Oh.
and it led me here. So I think if we just follow through this one, eventually we will pick up everybody and then leave through the final one, hopefully.
Sure.
So what you are seeking then is not egress, it is reunification.
Guys, I don't know. I was trying to egress the first time, and it got me here, so I figured that the only option is unification.
Unification, just like East and West Germany.
Yep.
Thank you, Alistair.
Welcome.
Take care when wandering in the dark.
No.
Will do. And then I will start
Always
heading
got the
towards
light
that
of each
door.
other, so there's never real darkness.
What did you say?
I'll start heading towards the door.
Same
The door that exits?
So I guess I'm confused because Carter thought he went through the door that exits the first time.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
thinking too.
Oh.
I thought you went through just a random corner.
I thought I left.
You are finding wrong geometry and basically breaking through. It's tough to explain because these rooms are spherical. They're not capable of having corners. But if you find a corner in a spherical room, surely it's not
Right.
complete.
So then, yeah, I guess we'll go try to find other rooms. Meet up
Silas
with everybody.
solemnly watches you all in silence as you head in a different direction from where you came from. If directions truly hold.
I guess, yeah, let's go back from where I came because I saw other rooms per se.
Is Silas interacting with him?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Because there was a similar thing with Sig earlier where Silas did not see or acknowledge him. So I'm wondering.
Where is he, by the way? Do you know?
He left, presumably.
Okay.
Or
He
was
could have been
taken.
taken away, yeah.
Yoink.
Okay, so I'm gonna start going from where I came then.
And you two are following?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will head. So I only saw two others, right?
Yeah.
East.
As those three continue in a new direction, we cast our gaze to Emmy and 25.
Cast our gaze.
25 scratching and peeling away at a corner that should not exist.
And I was looking into the room that those three just left.
And you were, and Emmy presumably standing still and staring emptily at the wall.
Casting her gaze.
Staring emptily at the Genanax.
Okay. Can I see them still as they're walking away?
You can see Nimbus and Yule talking to Tertius and Alistair.
Okay. I'm going to try and
We're on call.
get enough torn away to be able to jump through or walk through.
Do we hear that?
No, he's very distant. Emmy, what are you doing right now?
Who am I with?
Me.
25. And again an X.
I guess I'd be like trying to like peek around fucking 25 shoulders. Like, what are we looking at?
She appears to be dismantling part of the wall. That's weird. It seems to come to a corner here. You thought you were in a spherical room.
Can I walk through said corner?
You walk towards the corner. It's not that you walk through it, but that the corner wraps around you, and suddenly you're standing outside of the sphere.
I will stop ripping the wall and then just step another step forward.
It's like a kaleidoscope. You watch as fractal patterns form of corners upon corners upon corners, and suddenly you are standing outside the spherical confines of the observatory.
25, what is going on?
I don't know. I was just breaking a wall that's not there anymore.
You can gaze into the observatory as if looking into a glass orb, but it's distant now. But somehow still, you get the feeling that it's close.
I saw Alistair that way. I'm gonna start walking this way. My head hurts.
I'm following.
Alright, good. We'll start making our way towards Alistair.
He was below you.
So am I able to walk to the point where I'm above them?
You're not sure if that's how points work anymore.
I'm going to try and walk in the direction of Alistair.
You see a pinprick of light distant in that direction. Is it a direction? Who knows?
I'm moving towards it.
Okay. We cast our gaze instead to Nimbus and Yule with Tertius and Alistair on the line. Bring, 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 bring. Hello? Hello, hello?
Hello.
The animatronics get a little quirky at night.
Motherfucker.
So can I see the other points of movement in this map?
You can sense layered rooms upon rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're getting feedback from some other people located in different directions than you, you realize that the pancake analogy no longer functions. Instead, it's more as if you were taking frames of glass or like a photo and putting them in sequence one after the other. Somehow both horizontal and vertical. Three-dimensional superpositions aligned in sequence. You realize that these are different points in time.
So, sorry to interject here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm envisioning this more as kind of like being in space where there is no up or down. There's just
Rooms.
somewhere else
Yeah.
other than where you currently are. Is that somewhat accurate?
Kind of.
Okay.
It's difficult to describe because what I'm trying to relate to you is that these three-dimensional rooms are linked fourth dimensionally in sequence.
Okay.
So imagine if
I
you
get.
would,
Oh, sorry.
that all of the three-dimensional rooms are condensed to a single point.
Right.
You assign them in sequence such that they form a line.
Okay.
Different points in time. You are in essence traveling between these points in time by wandering outside of these points to somewhere else. But to say that there's up or down or backwards or forwards is not really correct. There is ahead in terms of time and behind in terms of time.
Okay. Would he sense 25 and Emmy getting closer?
You sense that they're getting farther away, actually.
Well, I have no way to communicate with them, so it sucks to be that, I guess.
Now, are I not getting towards them?
Direction does not really translate.
Right. Okay.
And even if it did, who's to say that the space you're walking through even maintains true direction at all?
I'm trying to be there and I am not.
You are going somewhere different from where you were currently.
And then that's progress.
Yeah, ostensibly. Nimbus, we are watching you and Yule and Tertius and Alistair at the moment. I was just explaining in more detail how these rooms are all the same room at different points in time. Condensing the three-dimensional structure of each room to a point, sequencing them in a line and traveling back and forth, fourth dimensionally.
Does there seem to be an end to any points of these times? Or is it
Wrinkle in
infinite?
time type shit.
Yeah, but there's not an end
that one.
because you're in a 3-day time loop.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
So it forms a ring.
yes. More accurately, a torus. A donut shape.
I know I'm not in this current scene. Can Carter attempt to do something?
You are already searching
Right.
and finding your two friends there.
Okay. Then never
We'll come
mind.
back to you guys shortly. At the meantime, Nimbus, Yule, Tertius, and Alistair, you're the only ones privy with any sort of navigation. Nimbus, you are consciously punching holes through the torus, traveling wherever you want. Now, with direction from your man in the chair who thanks to his cock vision, if you will,
Yes.
is able to actually comprehend the fourth dimensional structure of this.
So then above me would have been Carter, yes.
Speaking relatively, yeah.
So we gotta keep going up because we don't want to meet up whoever's downstairs.
Or do you?
It's just one person.
You could take him.
Then it's Faust and I cry.
You don't die, you just fall into
I
his
said
control.
cry, but yes.
Oh.
And I cry.
I cry.
So just, I guess I'll just keep powering up then.
Well, I think we sort of need a plan here. What do you think, Nimbus?
Find the next closest person, ally.
I think we can, if we reconnect you with me, then we just keep the
Navigation
and all together. That way we
Is
can
there an
find
efficient
everyone
route
else.
to you?
You can go wherever you want, right?
It's hardly efficient, but there is a route.
Mm-hmm.
Takes you through another layer first, though.
Is anyone occupying it?
A single person.
Mm.
Is it the one above us?
Sideways. In a sense. Direction really has no meaning.
Let's see. Yeah. Go ahead and stop through. Or do the speakers in each room count? Do I detect them as a person?
They're not people.
Okay.
They're not people.
They're constructs.
And I'm not a
Shadows
person.
and shadows.
25 is no longer a people, and neither is Tertius.
They're not physical constructs, they're magical constructs.
I think even if it's an enemy, you can try and sneak through.
Okay.
Or you could leave.
I do have the
We
moth
could
cloak.
all leave.
Moth cloak is an ally.
Yeah.
You have moth
can
cloak. Go suffocate that guy.
Well, I meant more that moth cloak could help carry me.
I didn't know the moth cloak was chill like that.
Yeah.
Bro, I had no idea.
Moth cloak, go kill that guy.
Moth Cloak is a very
I don't think
cool
Moth
thing.
Cloak doesn't revel in violence. I literally asked it that.
He's very much a gentleman, perhaps a scholar. What are your thoughts, Alistair? You're on the line with Tertius.
All right, I'm the guy in the chair. You're my guy, and the guy in the chair. Chair.
You're in
You're the
him?
computer. You are the
Alistair is
chair.
in Tertius.
Yes.
He's a guy in a guy in a chair.
Alistair is
I actually
fucking
opened up and I
Tertius.
revealed myself to be an empty armor suit. Alistair, get in.
I'm the guy inside of another guy.
But no homo.
He's the inside guy.
They got socks on. It's wrong. What are my opinions on Tertius?
On the next course of action.
Oh.
You're just with Tertius in a romantic sense.
You have to choose between me or the moth cloak. I can't go on like this.
Oh, that's an easy choice. Moth Cloak. 10 out of 10.
Damn. Moth Cloak rides better. Sorry. He
Did the Moth
prefers
Cloak
Moth
chill like
Cloak
that?
on his back over you.
You know, you could just say the Moth Cloak's a better top.
Let's
Onwards.
Of action here.
I
Alistair,
guess.
thoughts?
We gotta
Well, if
find
it's the only thing
friends.
between us two, you can break through to me.
Yeah, I can break through, but I don't have access to Moonbeam to break through.
Just use your hands.
I wonder if a Moonlight Spear would work.
You got bad touch.
Who touched? Show me on the doll who touched you.
No, he's got
Where
the-
he did the
he's got
bad
the
touch.
cheese touch.
Right
You feel
here.
fairly confident that with your cognitive abilities, if you would, perhaps at a small price.
Nope.
Couldn't I just direct
I'm
movement
saving
towards him
myself for
anyway?
later. I don't want to use my cog yet.
Then there's a roundabout path you might be able to use.
You might say you're saving yourself for marriage.
Yes.
That's very respectful of you.
Can't whip it out his cock
Yeah.
for no
Yeah.
random.
I'm
I can't relate, but I respect
I get
it.
to use the cog once a day. I know what I want to use it for.
It's not once a day, it's once for however much madness you want to accrue.
You said it was once per day. You said I could only use it once per loop. Or not once per day, once per loop. Is what
Did I? I don't
yeah.
recall saying that.
Yeah.
Especially because you've already used it this loop.
I know
I've not used it this loop.
Faust
When
had
did you use destruction
specific things.
That was 2 loops ago. That was with the quadrants fight.
I was pretty sure that I always said Faust could use time stop once per loop.
Yeah.
Everything else you could use.
He had
at will.
specific once per loop abilities
Yeah.
that were separate from standard cog
You
abilities.
can use your cog as much as you want. That's what the madness scale is for. That's the countermeasure. But if you only want to use it once per loop, that's probably smart.
We'll see. I don't need it right now. Nimbus is just easier if you come to me because you have movement effect
Oh,
from the
fine.
breakthrough.
Okay, I'll go towards the next room.
Unim! Cast thy light upon this wretched wall.
Redirecting my laser.
Your orbital laser trails a path of destruction through a dark.
Is there a point of origin for this orbital laser in this space?
Above,
Above?
distant.
60 feet up.
It's a pillar of light, 60 feet tall. Other than that, who knows? You seem to have created a sort of hole in the abyss
Well,
here.
time to pass through.
Well concept.
Yee, bitch.
Madness.
19.
19, you take half damage.
Stupid.
It's your spell, man.
Oh wait, I'm taking. Oh, this is from my spell. I
Yeah.
didn't realize.
You gotta walk
I
through
thought I was getting poisoned by some gas in there or something.
What?
it. She had a Taco Bell burger.
Yeah.
Taco Bell sells burgers? Sounds terrible.
No,
That's
they
why
don't.
they poison you.
They don't. That's a theoretical
Okay.
concept that exists in my mind.
Nimbus, you strangely seem to emerge into what looks like a quaint garden. Wide open plains, a distant cityscape, and nearby a small cottage.
Does the moonbeam still cut through stuff here?
Yeah.
So it's all just fake stuff. I do kind of want to check out the cottage though. I want to know who's here. Can I peek in? Is there a window?
Are you being stealthy?
Yeah.
Roll stealth.
That wasn't much of a roll.
I hated how that just stuck there. It didn't roll at all.
Most flaccid roll ever.
Just 14.
14.
Me and Earl.
Roll perception to peer through the window.
I still think.
22.
You appear to be peering into a bedroom. There is a silhouette in bed, and someone apparently to the side tending to that person. The silhouette appears to be cat-like. You see ears and whiskers and a tail. Cachet-like, not just house cats.
It's Rosalind.
She was a rabbit.
Rosalind was a cat person.
She was?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought she was Engen for some reason.
I also thought she was that good.
I wouldn't want to play a second-hand game.
Oh no, not Rob. I was thinking your mentor, not Rosalind. Never mind. I'm stupid. Yeah, Rosalind was Cachet.
I forgot Rosalind was Cachet.
Yeah.
She had dead babies.
Well, do you know anything about these people?
Could this be one of the Clockstoppers, you think?
Oh. Yeah, maybe. Oh, but we should free them because he kind of took them away.
I don't know. How confident do you feel about that?
Hey Nimbus, you're in there kind of long time.
Nimbus!
But they could be a good ally in the fight, you know?
How do we know they're not under Faust's control still?
I think they're being distracted by this illusion.
Maybe you should confer with your teammates.
Well, I guess so. He's just across the wall, so I might as well. Okay, onward. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
No, I mean like to the box block while we're
Oh.
still here.
Oh, yeah, I can also do that. Tertius!
Yeah.
I don't remember what that Clockstopper's name is.
Elodie.
Elodie. Elodie's here. In this level. The Clockstopper.
The level.
Is this the one with one person?
That's one of two that you see now.
Yeah.
There was one below me and one above me.
Elodie.
Or I guess this one and one below me.
She can be useful.
I think she's being kept busy by this illusion. She seems to be taking care of someone.
I will return in a moment.
She seemed to have some sort of connection, or at least kinship, with Kyrie.
They were both more fiery, yeah. Well, in personality.
Elodie was not the fiery one, right?
I thought she was the fiery one.
No. I forget the one who's more brash. What's her name?
Artemis. Or Gwyn.
Yeah. Artemis, that's it.
Who's Elodie?
Elodie is very conserved.
Like, oh guys, please stop fighting, please.
Yeah, pretty much.
And she had met Kyrie earlier.
Yes.
I think we could exploit her emotional vulnerability.
Oh, don't put it like that.
Any thoughts, Alistair? Guess not.
Alistair does usually support manipulating
Yeah,
people.
rip her away from Faust. Make sure she isn't there to be manipulated, either on our side or on no side.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll knock on the door then, right? Just approach her.
There's a brass knocker on the door.
What, is it shaped like anything cool?
Hmm?
Is it shaped like anything cool?
A bell.
Can I ring it then?
It's bell shaped. It's not actually.
Nah. Okay, I knock it then.
I dream it to be a bell.
You hear light footsteps approach the door, rattling of a chain, and speaking open. I'm sorry. Do I know you?
I'm just looking for somewhere to stop.
Well, she looks you up and down. Roll persuasion
Is this Elodie?
or deception.
Both of those are shit.
Nimbus, are you there? Nimbus?
I got a 2.
A 2. She looks you up and down. Her eye lingers on your spear. And she says, currently, we've got someone sick in here. I don't know if this is a good place.
Oh, I'm a druid. I don't get sick.
Offer to tend to the sick person.
I
You
could
hear
also.
25 shout from the abyss.
I could help. I don't get sick, so you know there's nothing that could happen to me.
Roll persuasion, bitch.
11.
11.
Oh, advantage? Oh, yeah, minus 1 charisma. Yeah.
Minus 1 riz.
No riz.
It's the way to be.
She opens the door a little wider. It's not exactly.
I know Kyrie.
She looks tired.
I have an assistant. Come on, Yule. He's an expert in medical technology.
Yeah, I guess I am. I totally know a lot about tons of things. We can totally help.
I know a lot about the specific things, not the other way around.
You've got a talking mirror.
Yes. He's my assistant.
Nimbus, are you there?
Maybe you could help after all. I'm not sure. This is not just any old illness.
What's the problem?
It's my mother. Her bones. They're thin and weak.
Osteoporosis.
Actually, probably. I've been taking care of her for so long. She undoes the chain. Immediately, you're hit with the old lady's death smell. It reeks of mustiness and stale, bedridden air.
Oof. Have you been able to move her?
With great effort, just to prevent the swords from forming. Follow me.
Okay.
As she turns a corner, the house is in disarray. Despite its quaint outside appearance, there is a lot of food scraps, used cloth, general filth and rubbish lining the halls. It doesn't look like anyone's had time to clean this in quite a while. You enter the room that you were peering into earlier, a bedroom which you think at one point might have been beautiful and very decorated with well taste, but now dilapidation has taken hold. Carpet dirty, musty, mold smell. And below it all, this terrible groaning moan from a person sitting in the bed. Elodie water. You good for nothing. On and on. This is my mother.
Let me take a look at her. Can I do a what is it?
A medicine.
Medicine check, yeah.
You may. You rolled assisting, so you have advantage.
Woo. 14.
She's got some sort of bone disease. No.
Osteoporosis.
Some aging-related condition. Common in Castret. Weakness of bones.
Arthritis.
General pain and inability to stand or walk in this advanced stage, most likely. From your assessment, she doesn't look like she's moved in a while. Emaciated. She recoils to your touch.
Elodie, when did you say the last time you moved her was?
Probably a week ago.
Okay.
Good for nothing.
Can I just shape water around her?
To do.
I want to move her around a little, but like I'm taking the weight off of her while moving her.
You're shape watering her blood?
no, I mean like a water bed, but I'm literally moving it, just like moving her
Oh,
body
I see.
around
Yeah. Make
to
a spell
prevent
casting check.
her continued deterioration. 30.
Very deftly, you cradle her
Fucking
in a bed
30.
of water and gently flip her over. You recoil as a fresh smell of sweet, sour rot emanates from her, and you can see some very large bed sores. Mother, I've been thinking maybe I should go with you.
No, you'll stay with me.
No, Elodie, could you finish that? What was your idea?
I was thinking that maybe I should go and get some help.
No,
Let me see what I can do first.
you're to stay with me.
Oh, Mother, we haven't even gotten groceries.
No.
We DoorDash it.
Now, Elodie, is this always how your mother speaks to you? Does your mother acknowledge me at all?
No. Elodie looks down at the floor. Well, Mother's never been very polite.
It's because you have no idea what you're doing. You're ignorant.
You
It's
know,
all your fault.
Elodie, it seems like you've been trying your very best here, but I do think it'd be better if your mother got more help. And I can't stay here.
A wheezing sound emanates from her mother.
Do you have a bath, Elodie?
I could run some water in a bathtub.
Well, I have water, but do you have a vessel?
She purposely strides into another room, pulling out a wooden bathtub.
Okay. I think we should set your mom up. We can clean her off. Bandage her up, because we gotta take care of these sores.
She tentatively, as if scared, turns to pick up her mother. Elodie seems weak, but she can carry her, maybe.
Age drunk looking ass.
Can I not move her with water? I just like whoop, whoop.
You may.
Elodie doesn't need to do it. We can clean her up, and then you need help for yourself. You need to eat, otherwise you're going to waste away.
No.
And she will waste away alongside you.
Help me first.
That's what I just said. We're going to clean you up and lay you in bed.
Do you gently lift Elodie's mother to the bathtub?
Yeah, I'm thinking of clean her up, bandage her up.
You do, and you're shocked at a sight. The water begins to run red. Elodie's breathing begins to quicken. You see her eyes narrow. No. Quietly, calmly, Yule catches your attention. I don't think this is right. Hey there, we didn't drop or anything. You were very gentle.
Yes.
Any point in time, what do you think?
What? What is you all asking?
He's referring to the observatory's ability to view any point in time.
Or limit.
This might be a vision of something she went through a long time ago.
The death of her mother.
Yeah. Elodie's hands clasping the edge of the bathtub, white with force. As her breathing begins to quicken in panic, you see her mother slump into the bathtub, head beneath the water, fingers clanging against, gasping breath is bubbling up from beneath. And Elodie runs out of the room.
Out of the house or just out of the room?
Out of the house.
Okay, well I guess drop imaginary mom and follow her.
Bonk.
Bonk!
She appears to be sitting outside a tree in the garden in basically the fetal position, head in her knees when you approach.
Elodie.
It was my fault, you know.
And how is it your fault?
She looks up at you. I felt relieved when she died.
That doesn't make it your fault.
I was paralyzed, but I felt relief. That makes me a horrible person, doesn't it?
No. Your mother was also emotionally abusing you.
But she took care of me. She raised me. I owed that to her, and I couldn't return it.
You can't prevent death.
Faust always said.
I don't think you should listen to a word of what Faust has said.
What's the point in this? If we can't fight him,
Oh, we certainly can't fight him alone.
what hope could we have to change anything? My mother is still weighing me down even now. I can't change that about me. How could we hope to change the future if we can't even... She buries her head in her hands.
I don't let go of my past either.
How do you...
I blamed myself for a while about my parents' death.
She looks up at you, new understanding beginning to flash across her face. How do you stand it day after day?
Well,
The burden.
you can't change the past. And you have to realize the
He's
other
gone.
factors involved. You were younger.
It's gonna
You were
crash so
less
hard.
experienced than you are now.
How old were you when your parents died?
Young.
I was very young.
She has a sharp intake of breath upon hearing that. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. But I took help from other people. It helps you stay grounded so that you're not letting the past weigh you down when you have others lifting you up.
Do you ever think about
Like Faust.
how things could be different?
I'd be a completely different person if my parents were alive. And I can't wish for a life I've never lived.
I'm sorry. She dusts herself off and begins to stand up, shakily.
You want to get out of this place?
Offer her your hand, Nimbus.
Well, yeah, I'm not. I just asked if she wants to get out of this place.
Yeah, she nods her head silently.
Okay. Follow me.
She she grasps your hand.
Jump into the ray of burning moonlight. It hurts, but only in a good way.
I'm sorry, Nimbus. Earlier on the bridge, I was talking big. I thought that I had the courage to stand up against him. But when it came to the ladder, it all came crashing back down. It felt like I was seeing my mother die again.
It's alright.
She takes a deep breath. No more.
Just keep stepping forward.
I won't let my past, or him for that matter, control me anymore. And she walks ahead of you. But as the vision of the cottage fades away into dark, motionless abyss, you spy something, a curse mark on her neck.
What kind of curse?
Very similar to the ones that you and company were inflicted with while you were pursuing Faust and Kenji. The kind that stole your perception and made you think you were something somewhere else. The kind that you still have lingering on your body as well. And a few of your friends do.
But is that the one that didn't work on me?
It was less effective. You were resilient. It was not complete immunity, though.
Noted. Is it
The- the-
similar
the-
or is it the same?
The one that didn't work on you was
Nigh identical.
the one that didn't work on you was the one where you put us back in the loop. Right?
Okay. I don't know.
Not didn't work, but that was
He's thrown a bunch of curses at you. They have all been
yeah.
minimally effective against you, but not. You've not been immune.
Darn charmer.
He's very powerful. You're lucky to even be resilient. You open up a hole.
Yeah.
Is this safe?
No.
It'll sting a little bit. Unless you're undead. You're not undead, are you?
No.
Okay, then you should be fine.
She shakes her head. No more holding back.
Nimbus, how good?
She had 2 HP left and dies. Also, Cole, for the record, if you were still asleep when that scene ended, Robert and I were both going to smack the table at the same time to try to wake you up and be as rude about it as possible.
I don't even know he was snoozing.
Roll con save.
I thought you should know.
I kept like nodding off. I kept holding my eyes closed, and then I.
Alright, Elodie will also take damage.
Wait.
I think dude, were you nudging my chair?
No.
No? Fuck, I could have
You
sworn you I woke
won.
up from someone like nudging the bottom of the chair.
1.
I did 1 damage. You enter the observatory instance that Tertius and Alistair are in. You are surprised to see 2 figures with her. Nimbus, what appears to be Elodie, in a cloak.
Who's the
Alistair, upon locking eyes with the cloak, it sort of gently flutters over to you and perches on your shoulders again. As it settles,
Like a
you almost
parrot.
think that you feel like a gasp or a sigh as the coat relaxes across your shoulders.
Alistair,
Yes, the whispers in my head.
They're back.
I love you in a gay way.
I love you in an explicitly gay way.
He's not real, but I saw him in my head.
Elodie clasps
In my head.
her hands after gazing strangely at the cloak and turns to you all and says, I'm very sorry. I know we all agreed at the bridge that we weren't going to back away anymore, but I had a moment of weakness. Nimbus here helped me out.
I'm tilting my imaginary cowboy hand.
Thanks.
She squeezes your hand a little. In a platonic way!
Gay.
Sorry.
Damn, didn't you hated me that much?
They hate gay rabbits here.
Real rad shit. Alright.
Like that?
Anything else y'all want to say before we shift perspectives?
If you're here, that means Faust and the others are here as well, right?
I know that there was me,
I think we're all in the observatory.
Vrak, Artemis, Yufei, Gwyn, and Faust.
Although if she was the single person on a floor, what if the floor that was below me is similarly one of the Clockstoppers?
We lost track of Sig.
Well, I guess we haven't heard anything about Sig.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything about Sig either.
I hope he's all right. He's very worried about his daughter.
Okay. Shall we try and navigate together to find the rest of them?
Surely we're going to look for my teammates, right? She
Yes.
says, eyes big, pupils wide.
That is what I mean.
Biggest eyes
That is what the rest of them
Cheers.
means.
I wasn't sure if you were. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if you were referring to your teammates instead.
Well, I'm putting her to work by having to go everywhere.
She gives you puppy dog eyes.
You think it was any accident she found you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, we're on your side.
For now. Shift perspectives. Who was next?
Carter, I believe.
Carter,
Kenji,
Kenji, and Felonious.
Felon.
Felonious Flog.
There's me.
Alright, so are we taking a
Actually-
quarter or are we taking the...
I have an idea. Let's go back to that room. So I'll start making my way back to the rain room since we're only a few steps out.
Okay.
So
As you
step back
walk,
in.
the geometry widens around you, like a lens zooming out. You're back in the observatory.
Does re-entering this room, is it still all the rain? The
Seems to be.
rainforest?
Silas casts an idle gaze in your direction.
So I don't know if you can tell me.
You pointed at him?
Yeah.
You!
Because the Lythus mentioned that all of these different rooms are in the same place.
They are the same. They are the same place.
In different points in time, right?
He shrugs.
While standing next to these two, I'm going to try and turn my watch forward.
The hand does not budge.
How about backwards?
It will move. Don't break your timepiece, friend.
If there, I have like 7. If we're in different points in time, should there not be a way to move from one point in time to the next?
Yes, that's how we're doing it.
Is it just walking? Is there no way to...
We're simply moving as how the Colossus theoretically does. We've been put in his dimension. Or not in his dimension.
Who is this?
From his... this is Robert
Oh.
explaining to Carter, because he should be... I feel like he'd figure this out.
Carter could put most things together.
It's not Kenji. Not by a long shot. How the Colossus theoretically moved.
Okay. I figured the timepiece was worth a try.
What the Lythus told you earlier, you recall, which is that time is not really moving at this point. Your perception is still moving, but you're all sort of isolated.
Yeah, then we can try walking. I wasn't sure if I could mess with the watch and basically just jump us to a different one.
Well, roll Arcana.
It's not the worst thing I could have rolled. 18.
You get the feeling that you're jumping by moving through other places. So it's not a question of whether or not you can get the timepiece to move you someplace else. It's a question of how.
Now, what I'm curious about...
Because if your theory is correct, you always have a theory.
Mm-hmm.
The transition from the timeline split in the ladder to the one on the moon is practically seamless, meaning that it's probably the same sort of construct. But this time, time's just not moving, so moving the hand is not going to work. You still think there's a way you could jump without moving the hand, if you could figure it out.
This is a bold one. I don't know if this is going to work at all. I'm going to try and flip the watch itself over.
Flip the watch itself over,
Mm-hmm.
like the backside, or
So with it on my wrist, try to just flip it so it's face down.
so it's face down. You flip the timepiece on your wrist so it's face down. Nothing seems to happen.
That's not very helpful. How are you going to tell the time?
It's a good point, and I will flip it back.
So are we moving through?
Yeah, we can walk.
Alright, let's walk.
And you walk. You walk a little more. You walk a little farther. 3 distant pinpoints of light. Who's to say which is which? 3 points on the horizon.
The one directly in front of us is where I came from.
Assumably, unless things changed. Or unless direction is true. If direction maintains true.
I'll let you two choose.
We'll
which one we go
head back to the middle then, if that's where you came from.
Okay.
We'll just see if things are consistent.
That's what my feet sound like as a frog.
Well,
That doesn't look like the same observatory you were in earlier. The Lythus' room was bright and chaotic, and this one appears forested? That's odd.
Question: Is your watch a different time in this room?
Oh, that's a good point.
Do you check your timepiece?
Oh, well.
Are you in the room or are you in the abyss?
I was assuming we're in the room, considering you could perceive and observe it.
Yeah.
Well, I've said before that you can peer into them.
I see.
Once-
Like the
once
way that you
we're-
peer into a crystal ball.
So I guess I will be looking at it and watching it while we cross the threshold.
You check your watch, the time does not change. You cast your gaze back to the bubble of the observatory, peering inwards. You cast your gaze back at the watch, and the hands somehow jumped to a different time. You watch it, but they don't seem to move.
Okay. I wonder if these rooms have to deal with their observation relative to us. So if I can ask you two to close your eyes for me.
Sure.
I will look back to the watch and then I will look back up at the room.
There's a different room there.
Okay. Do I see anybody in this room?
You see what looks like a foggy street while peering in.
Okay, I know we interacted with the Lythus because of Nimbus. So I want to see if I can find one that looks familiar. So I will look back to the watch, then back to the room.
The hands of your watch continue to jump to different points in time. The room shifting, presumably, if it's the same room at all. The new one presented to you appears to be a sunlit mountaintop.
Kenji, do you recognize this one?
Yeah. It's housing on.
Do we think that, so if Sig was here, the other chosen might be as well?
Well, well, I guess I can't. Never mind. I can't make any statements about this. 'Cause I've only seen one. Never mind. Fuck you.
Checks his intelligence square.
If this is familiar to you, do you think it also would be familiar to, God, what's his name?
Yufe.
Yufe.
Yeah, he's from here. He's more native than I am.
Do you want to see if he's in there?
Nah. No.
Genuinely asking, it does not change anything for me.
Sure. I'm not sure how happy he'll be to interact with me though.
What are your thoughts, Rogunius?
Or should we, because if we're able to just keep jumping these, look for one that's more familiar with our party first.
I mean, he was just stabbed by, not stabbed, he just stabbed himself and it was brought back by Faust. I imagine he holds some resentment. We can at least get him regrouped with us.
Okay. On in. Unless,
Onwards. No.
Onwards? Okay.
Onwards!
Onwards and upwards.
I got there, Gabe. I'm sorry it took me a second, but I got there. I knew it had something to do with perception.
Me when I perceive.
Me when I blatantly steal ideas. Anyway. You walk onto what appears to be a sunlit path, but something feels off. The air is still. You've been to Tau so long before, and generally, it's pretty breezy, given how high you are. There's a heavy sort of oppression in the air, a lingering dread. Thelonious, you realize at what point where it's coming from when something glints on the path below your feet. Something red. Blood.
Guys, bit of blood.
Onward.
Well,
Kenji, to your right,
Nothing weird about that.
off the path, you see a sword stuck in the ground.
is the sword bloodied?
Let me continue.
Sorry.
It's
Blood
sword bloody.
splattered across the blade in a what's the word? A hand attached to an arm, sliced off of a person, you think, still stuck to the grip. Blood dried around its fist, crusting it in place.
Do I recognize the race of the hand?
Human.
Human.
Carter, to your left, you see down the mountainside flashes and glints of steel. There's fighting down below in the lower peaks. But this blood trail leads up.
Is the moon overhead?
No.
I will follow the blood trail.
You continue ascending the mountain until you reach a flat clearing at the top. As you continue upwards, you pass more discarded weapons and body parts until finally you arrive at the top and you see a a golden Sinlong, kneeling, twin swords braced against the ground, surrounded by dead bodies, blood everywhere, almost thick, sticking to your boots as you walk, wet squelching sounds.
What's our passive perceptions here?
Hi.
You're probably the scoutiest, aside from Nimbus in her third eye.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Which, by the way, you wouldn't have noticed that curse without, so I hope you're happy.
Oh, I didn't even use my bonus or whatever, my advantage.
I'm going to apply it to your passive perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 5.
Yeah, you have a 25 passive perception with it.
Huh?
W Riz.
Minus 20.
Yeah, alright, you guys are gonna notice stuff. I just want to double check that.
The figure in the center does not appear to be dead, for his chest is heaving with deep pants.
Is it you, Faye? Can I tell?
Yeah.
Do we want him?
I'm gonna extend my arms
Well,
out.
Carter, your theory is confirmed.
Like in a
You would raise them up.
unhostile.
You raise
Caught.
me up.
You, Faye, I will shout from a good
In a flash,
40 feet away.
he glances over his shoulder, whirls up onto his feet, and points one of his twin blades at you. What do you want?
You recognize us?
His eyes are white, mad. Stay away from me! You.
Now who's you?
He's pointing at Kendry. Baring his teeth at you, sharp reptilian fangs gleaming in the light. He winces, puts his fingers to his temple, strikes his blade back into the ground, and falls onto his knees. Oh, what's the point of it all anymore? All this killing for what?
We're here to help.
Do with me what you will. And he spits, not in your direction, just on the ground in general at his feet.
I'm gonna walk towards him.
He winces and half motions to move away.
Once I get to him, I'm gonna put my hand on his back and cast Lesser Restoration. Try to end any madness that might be afflicting him.
Make a spellcasting.
This might be a job for Greater, because Greater affects Charmed and everything like that.
Just spellcasting?
Yeah.
Not
Plus
the best.
1 because of the
Plus
or
one
plus whatever
is-
spell level is.
17.
17.
Yeah. Charm, Curse, or Reductions.
His breathing seems
Because Lesser
to,
Restoration is conditions.
Yeah, Lesser Restoration is like paralyzed or...
His breathing seems to slow and calm down somewhat. I killed all these people, you know, in Sindara's name.
I see that. And yet you've posed no threat to us.
Tell me, Professor, if you found out that your fundamental beliefs about the world were not necessarily true, and the things that you had used to justify your actions in the past were just illusions, how could you? What would you do next? I slaughtered in the name of keeping Andurix hidden, suppressed, but to find out that what they were worshipping was real, true. I've never seen Sindala. And he grabs her wrist with a ferocious, mad grip. I've never seen Sindala with my eyes, but here I stand on Andurra. Everything I believe in turned on its head. How? Why? Please.
You're as mortal as the rest of us. The whole concept of faith revolves around believing in spite of doubt. And sometimes, no matter how hard we believe something, we might be wrong.
If I was wrong, then that meant that this was all wrong. My identity wrong. Me wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
People died because I was wrong. You cannot look me in the eyes, Professor Kazamata Bard, and tell me that you have bloodied your hands for divine purpose and had it changed. Retroactively made unlawful. Can you?
I can't say I've done it for divine, but I've done it for much worse, for my own sake. No divine being telling me what I did was justified, but because I chose to make that mistake.
You cannot claim to feel the sins riding on my back.
I'm not. It's a burden you have to bear now. And since you're still alive, it means you have time to make good on it.
You are saying that I can wash these hands of bloodshed.
His hands look clean to you. But they shake.
Nick Bath looking ass.
Do you say that?
No.
You can never wash your hands fully, but you can make them cleaner.
Roll persuasion.
Roll Riz.
That's really bad. That's really bad. Persuasion?
I'd also like to talk, but I'll let him.
One fails.
Yeah.
3.
I'll let him finish.
He seems unmoved.
Nothing can change my past. Nothing!
Yufa, here's the way I see it. You might have done this out of what you think was your own choice. But if you think about it further, who instilled the beliefs of Sindala in you?
My country.
Yes. Who told you to kill? Was it your own choice? You decided these people should be killed, or did people tell you that they need to die?
I didn't shy away from it. I always had a choice.
Yes, exactly. But do you feel the same way about Faust? Faust told us things. He promised me a power, strength, the ability to be the strongest, and I listened. For infinite.
I would kill him if I had the opportunity, but he is beyond us. He is beyond strength. That dream I had on the bridge of facing against him, it was wrong. He wouldn't even let me die. Can you imagine having your last amount of self-determination, your last choice, whether you live or die, torn away from you?
If he's beyond strength, then all we have to do is abandon strength. We don't rely on strength.
He is mortal like the rest of us.
We rely on ourselves.
Roll a group persuasion check.
That's better. We
You
went
want
from
me
a
to include myself?
3
If you feel like it.
to a
I mean, I'm
13.
felonious, so.
Give him your presence in
I
big
do
Please.
desi- if
Please
you do
help
roll,
us.
I desire that you say something.
28.
Yes, please help my 13, which is 10 better than last
You
time.
got it, pal. You got it.
Listen to my pals here.
We're not just using strength either, you know, there's so many more skills among us.
Like dexterity, constitution, charisma.
Intelligence.
Whoa.
But I am not sure that I understand what you mean.
You said we don't have the strength to face him earlier.
He is beyond strength.
Yes, and we have more than strength to offer.
That is not what I'm saying.
Then I don't understand what you're saying. It's not my fault that you understand what I'm
I
saying.
am trying to say that no matter how strong you are, it does not matter. Because he is above that. He is akin to a god.
He's not a god.
There are no gods in Phelan. Faust surely ain't one of them.
We cannot rely on strength. And what do we have left, Bard?
We have our intelligence.
You guys are fucking this up.
We have everything else.
Oh, I thought I was doing okay.
We actually have each other and allies. Nobody likes and supports Faust.
Roll persuasion. You alone this time.
That was an 18.
What you are saying is that he is alone.
He's alone, yes. And we don't have to be. Well, I'm already not. You don't have to be.
It's not too late to ever take the path of redemption.
At the very least, I made a promise to my team.
And for the very first time, you see what looks like guilt and regret. Pure, untainted by trauma. Flicker across his face.
I told my team that we would make a stand against him. I cannot leave any more promises unbroken. Broken, I mean.
Well, if we could find you, we can find your team.
He clasps your hands in his, Thelonious, and he looks at you and he says,
Would you be willing to help me?
Yes. Well, I can speak for myself.
Then, let me say this once at least. I had you wrong, Kazamata. I misunderstood you, Professor, and for you, Bard, I failed to see your wisdom.
Damn. Thanks.
I don't think you ever had me wrong. I think I simply changed.
From this point forward, I walk a path clean from the influence of any gods.
Woo! Achievement unlocked. Atheism.
He, with purpose now, stands to his feet and sheaths his blade.
I will never be able to let this go, but I can stop it from happening again. If Faust's vision is allowed to become fruition, then many people will die and suffer needless deaths because of his choices.
Let's go fuck his shit up.
I cannot allow that to happen, nor can I allow my teammates to be alone.
He looks at you all.
Lead the way.
And if you close your eyes.
I am gonna ask you to do some weird shit then.
Nothing changed at all.
I will say that as he says lead the way. It's like, okay, then you just gotta trust me and do what I say.
Follow me blindly like a god.
Follow me blindly like a god. If you choose to pray, that's acceptable.
All right. We cast our eyes now to 25 and Emmy and... Was anyone else with you?
They were making their way.
We were making our way
Downtown, walking fast.
Making our way downtown, walking fast, baby fast.
Because I had seen Alistair and Thelonious, or in Tertius, and then I no longer saw them.
You
So
saw
we were still
Nimbus,
heading
didn't you?
towards.
Another
No, we
one?
saw those two
Another one?
before. You.
God dang!
You're gonna crash so hard. Dude, you're gonna
Emmy
crash.
and 25, you approach through the planeless abyss, a bubble whose image portrays a version of the observatory foreign to you. It appears to be icy, cast in snow.
25 would walk in.
Oh, hey, that's Nimbus's bubble.
He goes,
25 and Emmy
alright!
are the least trope savvy. No, we would walk in.
Hey, look, it's a boat.
Hey, it's a bubble.
You and 25 arrive on a shore, seemingly somewhere in the north. Laying ahead of you, you see some ruckus in the water, lots of splashing, lots of movement. And then, Emmy, with your eyes that are slightly keener than 25's, you see
Get what? I see what?
red blood in the water.
Oh, it's the organ attack.
Is somebody? Can I see if somebody is being attacked?
Do you approach?
I don't want to get in the water, but can I get closer to the edge?
Yes, you approach.
Can I follow, like, the cautious parent prepared to grab my child before they jump into the
Yeet.
pool?
There appears to be a bloodied orcan on the shore. As you approach, you see that several other orcans were appearing to have attacked her, but they flee at the sight of two people approaching.
What the fuck? Why are they beating up their friend?
Are all humans friends? What the?
Yes.
And we'd be like,
Walk
every Bogland
closer.
is my friend. Every
Can
Bogland is my
Can I tell
cousin.
that it's the orphan from the other party?
It's Gwyn, but she appears to be much younger. Bloodied.
Roleplay as her
fuck,
father.
Neither of us have any healing, do we?
Besides potions.
And healing word.
I have one use, okay?
He says, word.
Word. I only say that to myself before doing something cool.
Fuck it, we ball.
So walking up to...
Make her shake your hand.
What exactly
Gwyn.
is an orcan again?
It's
They're
like a
like-
killer whale with legs.
They're like whales and otters having babies.
So can we drag her out of the water?
Yeah.
She's a pretty big one,
She
though,
looks
isn't
injured.
she?
She's... Even
Oh,
for
she
her
is
age,
younger,
quite large.
yeah.
For her age, she's quite large.
So just walking...
If I goes...
just walking up to... I will just like try to... As softly as 25 can come off, it's just like... Gwyn?
She makes a few whimpering sounds at you. From the water, you hear playful, mocking calls from the wild orcans.
I'm
gonna
going
kill
to-
some
Is she
wild
domestic?
animals.
Close.
She domestic?
Wild as in energetic, frantic.
Okay.
I'm going
Not as
to
in feral.
pull out a rock from my bag of rocks and pelt one of the
Roll it.
the ones like mocking. Natural 20.
You beat one in the skull. It makes like a choking dolphin sound, and then they all scatter and submerge.
Yeah, fuck those
It's like
guys.
the kids are
Kids are bullying.
being bitches, so I pull out a rock, just like shut the fuck up. Boom.
Oink!
Shit, Gabe, it's just like our first D&D campaign where we made that girl
That
cry.
was bullshit. I didn't do that. The GM made me do
Yeah,
that.
he did.
What
I
is
said,
it? Okay.
I threw a rock at the window to wake up my
Oh, yeah, that's the
teammates
first thing he
inside the inn. He says, roll to hit. And I'm like, alright. And I rolled poorly. He said, you hit a little girl. I'm like, what? And he said, roll to see how hard you hit the little girl. I rolled high. He said, she's blind now. I was like, what? This is not what I wanted at all.
That was so bad.
That was bullshit.
Gabe, why don't you DM like that? That's so good.
That was the moment I'm like, I could do better than this.
That shit.
And then she came back
That's my hero origin story.
in his first campaign as one of the villains.
Yeah, the funny twist
The
was
blind
that the main
girl.
villain was actually the little girl
That you beamed.
that I beamed.
Was that planned all along?
Yeah, her name is actually Oz.
She was a blind prophet, so not far off.
Wait,
Like-
so she was you made her a villain.
Yeah, it was my plan from the start. I'm like, how funny would it be if the villain was the little girl who was blind? And the monologue was really stupid. It was like, when I was a little girl, I was blinded by a rock thrown by a stranger. Now my mission is to deprive the world of chaos so that no one is ever blinded by a rock ever again.
Such a specific goal. Alright, so squatting down on the beach next to Gwyn. This is the worst possible one for 25 and me to come across. I'd ask if you're alright, but
You're
Obviously
right.
not.
She makes a few Orcan sounds and then
Did she speak English?
Or.
Oh, I guess I'm not
in
there.
broken common.
I will try to give her a healing potion.
A healing potion?
Yeah.
You make those sounds with your mouth as you give her the potion.
25 physically can't make those sounds.
She seems to come to her senses a little bit.
Where am I?
You are in a dream that I can only assume is from your past.
Oh, I remember. Those run. My family. Run to the core.
She spits towards the shore.
You know, Faust always told me that if we continued like this,
And Sig,
he's not in the time loop, you know. Couldn't remember. We'd end up like this too.
What do you mean? Just mad?
I'm not like my family. I was wild-born, a sorcerer. I'm not a wild shaper. I am an orc. I'm intelligent. I speak. I was different. And again, my dad, isolated from the time loop. I'm different again.
I don't get it. So is Sig the Engen actually her father, or is this one of those Kung Fu Panda moments where it's
I think
just like
it was Kung Fu
your
Panda.
dad,
Panda moment.
She just
Your
said she's an
dad-
Orcan.
the bird,
I sure hope he didn't fucking
isn't
Orcan.
actually
I'm
your
sorry.
father?
It's a Kung Fu Panda moment.
Okay, no, that's fine.
You surmise that he adopted her.
No, and that's fine. Just so that way my mind was correct. Okay.
She gazes off in the distance towards the Orcans on the water, who have long since fled, and says,
I finally thought I had found family again. And then he took that away from me.
That's kind of what he does. He doesn't have any, so he tries to make sure everyone feels the same pain he does.
he turns to look at you, Emmy.
You know what he told me? He said that he couldn't curse anyone else. He couldn't bring Sig into the time loop. And then I saw him do that to you.
Yep. Faust is a bitch.
Now it's the other way around. He's threatening to kill Sig. Permanently. I don't do what he says.
Well, our goal is to kill Faust. So at least we have that in common.
I don't know either that Sig was disappeared.
Can you imagine what it's like? Being different from your family?
She looks.
I mean, a little bit.
Her eyes narrow.
Huh?
I'm gonna
You?
just like
The silly frog girl?
nod, and as I nod, my echo is gonna like fucking form out of my body and just nod
Ripley.
back.
She recoils.
You mean to attack me with your shadow?
I was just proving a point. Do you think this is normal? Can you do this?
I don't know any Voglins, she says.
You mean to tell me that Boglins can't just morph into Toad? They don't just fucking multiply
I
asexually?
regret to say that the only times I've ever actually met you were in battle. I've never had time to ponder it.
I wish I could relate to the family aspect, but as it's been, millennia since I've known mine, I can't. But I can relate to the being different aspect. How many other walking metal statues have you interacted with?
5.
Sig's a crafter, is he not?
Hmm?
Sig crafts, does he not?
Yeah.
So she's probably seen a few.
Not like myself.
I've not seen any living metal men like yourself.
It's because as far as I'm aware, I'm the last one that is living.
She shakes her head. It's horrible.
trying to make everything his tool.
A weapon. I'm more than a weapon.
Yeah.
We all are. Regardless of what others say.
But what can I do when he has my father, my only family left, held hostage? Say what you will, but even if the time loop doesn't end, I don't care. I just want to spend time with him.
Maybe I have the wrong approach and might not be the best one. So Emmy definitely jumped in here.
I was just gonna
But
say.
from my perspective,
From my point of view,
a life like that, held captive and doing someone else's bidding, isn't a life worth living.
But he's the only family I've ever known.
And I can respect that and understand that. But
I don't want him taken away from me again.
is it not worth fighting and losing than just succumbing to the torture?
Roll persuasion.
Come on. Natural
W
20.
is.
I think that becomes a 19, but it's a natural 20.
She bares her teeth
It does become a 19.
in a direction where the orc is fighting. She says,
Well, the hell with it. I did it once, I can do it again.
and she saunters off in a direction, angrily marching forward, then hesitating.
What are we doing?
We came from that way, so let's start with that way. Because we're the two that don't have a concept of how this works.
She shakes her head.
I'll let you do it the way.
Great. I will try to find the door that I came from.
As you guys walk forward, Gwyn matches strike with you and says,
So, can all frogs project images of themselves?
No.
Are all frogs bleed silver?
No.
Do all frogs look like women frogs?
No.
half.
You have male
You've met
frogs
Thelonious.
too?
Yeah.
My god.
I mean,
My god!
This is a bucket.
Do
No.
frogs become wild-born too?
yes.
I would assume so.
Have you ever met a talking
Yes.
animal besides me?
Have I? What other talking animal was there?
Yourself?
I don't know if she's met it. No.
Oh,
Yourself?
I'm not an animal. I'm a person.
Are there any other wild-born in the party?
Not that I know of.
I think you guys have an ice mage. Do you think that we're gonna clash at all?
No, Nimbus is very she gets along with people now.
I also have a lot of ice spells. Should I respec?
We just lost our fire mage. You want to go to that aspect?
My only advice with dealing with Nimbus is don't get in her way, and everything will be great. She's a wonderful person as long as you don't stand directly in front of her.
She's a wonderful person as long as you
Or
stay
in
10 feet
her
away.
movie.
Or in her moonbeam.
Gwyn appears to have completely forgotten that they had all previously agreed to join you at the bridge, but it seems to be, like many other things, in the past to her, therefore worthless.
That's fine.
I think we rotate back to
Nimby,
Nimbus.
Alasty, Percy.
No, it's just Nimby, Alistair, Tertius, and
Elodie.
well, yeah, but you can't use nicknames as that. It's only Nimby.
Oh, and Elodie and Yuli.
Nimsy.
Do I see a group of people just fucking teleporting and blinking
Yeah,
around?
you see like a group of 3 dots blinking around the Taurus, and you're like, is it Faust?
Well, it's
No, it's just Carter finally figured it out, and it took me way too long.
Okay.
You,
Imagine using your brain.
I'm gay.
The other half of me
Glad
is
you did.
25, okay?
All brain, no brain.
All
Now-
brain, all brawn.
observing
Just
that
like
observing that
all
it's
or
possible. Do you think
nothing,
I could
infamous.
try and do you think it'd be reasonable for Tertius to figure out the same mechanism?
Roll Arcana. You have a timepiece, right?
No, or I do have a timepiece, but a natural one. So
You almost come to the same conclusion. You think, maybe I can use the timepiece.
that's dumb.
There should be
The hand doesn't budge. It's
there
broken.
should be 4 in circulation, and then because I know 25 has one,
I have
Carter has
one.
like 3, and then
I have
2
one. I
others
just
are getting
can't
out.
figure it out. In that case,
Hand doesn't budge. Must be broken. Blast of the Moonfall.
can I try and Is there any pattern to, or is it random? To their
It's
jumping?
entirely random.
Okay, so once they're jumping around, once they're very close to me, can I try and have us navigate in a mad dash to where they are?
Yeah. Roll a group dexterity check.
Ooh, I
Sprint
like that.
check.
Is that a saving throw? Or
It's just a check. So you roll
Sorry,
a
wait, what? Did you say
a
dexterity?
dexterity check.
Yeah.
I love picturing
18.
the image of
23.
the two of them have their
Oh,
eyes
yeah.
closed, and Carter is just doing this
No,
repeatedly.
that's Emmy. I think it's the same.
It's the same number, yeah.
It's the same number.
You make a mad dash outside of your iteration of the observatory.
Towards the now teleporting people.
I mean, what's your result?
Oh, 20. No, never mind. 18, not 20.
NIMBY?
What'd you
18.
roll? 23.
23. And you all collide with a bunch of people who suddenly were not previously there.
Whoa!
Carter, a big hunk of metal slams into your back. Nimbus, you almost crack your head into U-phase. Alistair, you nimbly slide underneath Emmy's... Not Emmy. Who was teleporting with you?
So it was
Elodie.
Carter
It was Carter, Kenji, Elodie, or
and
not
Thelonious.
Alistair, you
Or-
almost crash into Kenji, but you managed to slide underneath his legs and come to a rolling stop.
Thelonious.
I like do the sexy pose as I come out of the roll.
Maybe I'll roll kitchen.
Hold on a minute. Hey there, you weren't here a second ago.
You guys weren't either.
How are you guys doing that? I
That
see
was
you.
you.
I see you guys on the
know.
map doing it.
Hi. First off, second, who hit me?
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Yufei frowns, he goes, map?
Third,
I point to the cog manifested that substitutes my head.
I've just been brute forcing this shit. I've
third,
just been brute forcing.
I'm
this.
a brute
Why-
fire.
She's not
acknowledging the timepiece, observing a room, and then re-acknowledging the timepiece, the room changes.
Okay.
It's all perception based.
Are you sure it's the timepiece at all, or is that just a marker?
Wait.
No
I can
idea.
perceive.
All I know.
The third eye makes it so you can't stop perceiving.
Nimbus, with your keen third eye, you note that their companionate, Elodie? No,
No.
Yufei
Okay.
is still bearing the same curse mark that Elodie did.
And then we all.
Gwyn wants
To who asked about the timepiece?
That was me, Yule says.
Yule, I don't know for sure.
Yule raises his
but-
hand.
Yule raises his handle, please.
we exited a room, and then were able to go back into it, having looked away from the room, but never acknowledging the timepiece.
Wouldn't it simply be the lack of perception?
I would think so, but three of us walked out of the room. Or sorry, two of us walked out of the room, no longer observing the room, and then walked back into it. It was only when I started acknowledging the timepiece that the room
So-
seemed to change.
If my previous conclusion might have been a little incorrect, instead of more like a linear sequence of time pancakes, it's probably more like, hey there, like a flowing circular torus loop thing.
It's a river.
Yeah, but a river that feeds itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
And-
it's an impossible.
Observing must be like planting your feet in the river. And then the current, when you're not planting, must carry you somewhere. I see. Very clever. Hey there.
Now my
Whoever said the Colossus wasn't clever?
question is, how are you all moving together? Wouldn't you all losing perception therefore carry you to different places?
Well,
Did we establish that we were making contact with each other when we were doing it?
no.
No?
We weren't exactly making contact when we were paired up with the door either.
That I don't know. I wonder if it's proximity based.
And Mr. Mouthcloak and I didn't touch the door at all, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess it's proximity based.
This is beyond me. Hey there. I know I'm the guy in the chair, but I can only suss out so much.
The guy in the mirror only knows.
Well, either way, if we're all able to contribute to this movement and all end up in the same place, that makes collecting everyone much easier.
That's what we were trying to do. So without further ado, if all of you would mind closing your eyes.
Actually, it might be easier if I do it.
How so?
If I have the map, then I might be able to pinpoint a place where we can plant the river.
Can your
Or plant
perception
our
be turned off?
Yeah, you don't have eyes in the same
Yeah.
way.
But I think would I be able to if we're so say like if we're floating down the river when our eyes are closed, essentially, would I be able to pinpoint where we're floating to and be able to tell us when to stop floating?
Either I have no idea.
I've had to do it one at a time.
Yeah.
There's been
So
no skipping.
what if I just tell you when to open your eyes, or when to?
Sure, we can try it. Everybody, close your eyes. I will look at the timepiece.
The cloak on your back scrunches up, Alistair.
Yeah, I will look at my timepiece. You tell me when to look up.
All right. Do I see us moving?
In your 3D model visualization,
Yeah. My Tony Stark.
when everybody closes their eyes, the torus fundamentally collapses from a series of ring points into a cloud. You see yourselves bouncing around like a fly bouncing off the walls of a jar. But all of the order of the structure is gone.
So the order of the structure is gone, but the pieces are still there.
Yeah, just scattered.
You no longer have a map.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily no longer having a map, just no longer having a way to navigate. But I think there's a way I can manipulate this still. Once we're floating, we're like kind of bouncing around in there, right?
Can I open my eyes yet?
One
Please
moment.
wait.
As soon as we approach or get near a room in this river that has an entity in it that isn't us, I'm going to tell open your eyes.
Everyone opens their
Okay.
eyes.
When I assume it reconstructs it.
Yes, you find yourself on a new pancake slice of the river torus. Has this metaphor gotten old yet?
No, or not. Yeah, not as in like. Yeah, it's gotten old. I'm saying yeah, as in I'm understanding now. How does it form? You know, does it like seems like lift like? I don't know how to describe it well, but is it placed in relative? Is everything placed in relative proximity to where it was in the mud when everything was mixing around? Okay. So it's entirely random.
Apparently.
Okay. When we come out.
Alright, I'm now looking at this new bubble.
It looks like a
bubble.
forested swamp.
How close is the party of two?
Feeling kind of froggy about this.
Oh yeah, I guess how many people are in this one?
One.
Does anyone
So,
perceive any
I
interesting?
think we should collect the party of two first. I'm pretty certain we know who that is.
Okay, because we found Yufei by himself.
We found Elodie by herself.
Okay, and we can come back to this one.
I think we have to collect our last two strays, get them on the same page, and then we collect each of the Clockstoppers.
You would also notice at this point there is no longer a party of two.
It's Tweed.
There's a party of three though.
Well,
Yeah.
Alright, eyes off.
Okay, just go as quick as we can. I'll tell us when to stop cycling. I'll tell us when to stop resetting. So
We're re-rolling for a shiny right
yeah,
now.
we're just re-rolling until we get there.
make the sound with me, guys.
I'll look up.
We're at our floor.
About. It took a few tries. To
Yeah.
be quite honest,
I
but
thought that was a lot of tries. I thought each instance was another try.
And now
we just keep hitting
okay.
the light this one
There is
over and
also-
over again.
Hey guys!
there is also something I want to try and do, but while we have our eyes closed, which would be incredibly risky, but also how I think we collect the two halves of the cards.
Try to leave.
No. It's a combination of the three factors we have. We can use Moonbeam to pierce through and navigate.
Okay.
We are able to we are able to make everything into primordial soup by closing our eyes, and we can navigate in the primordial soup. Now it does not necessarily mean anything, but we can go places in the primordial soup with my map. So if we use Moonbeam to move into somewhere we cannot perceive, we can theoretically go outside of the primordial soup into
So pretty much
half of the card.
like open Moonbeam.
Close their
Everybody
eyes.
jumps in,
No,
closes their
everyone
eyes,
closes their eyes and then goes in.
and then jumps in.
So we move pierce through while it's soup, so while there's nothing to pierce through.
I like the idea.
But that also makes us the risk of locking us out of the primordial soup.
And taking party-wide Moonbeam damage.
Yeah. Which I'm particularly vulnerable to.
So it's 25.
Speaking of, you arrive outside of a bubble. It looks like the ocean, seashore, frozen area. Blah blah blah. You know what it is.
Alright, we walk in.
25 emerges. shortly followed by an Orkin and Emre.
Oh,
Hello, everyone.
what's up? This place gives me a headache, man.
If it bothers you,
Emre, Gwyn is still pestering you with questions. So did you see any other Clockstoppers? Did you see any other Clockstoppers on the way here?
Is that me?
A thought crosses Emmy's mind. Is this what Carter thinks?
No, this is just. Yeah, I do this. That makes sense.
Where did you get your sword?
Where did I get this?
Pretty sure it was your uncle.
Carter will say,
Oh.
Yuffie and Elodie, we found Gwyn.
She snarls at Yuffie and then smiles at Elodie. Yuffie just silently dips his head in begrudging acceptance. Elodie gives like a half-weak smile wave.
Okay, so we still need
One time.
Artemis.
by the way,
Don't
Kenji
really
speaks
wanna
up. By the
find
way,
Faust in this.
Sig was with us earlier, but then he went somewhere else.
What?
I don't know by choice or somewhere else, but he should be somewhere in here still.
Why would you tell him that?
Gwyn rapidly approaches you, bares her teeth. She's quite large, by the way.
Mhm.
Bigger than you, like the size of a horse, and probably a little larger. What do you mean you saw him? Where did he go? How did you not see him?
Well, he was injured. We helped him. And then while he was resting, while we were discussing with our dome keeper, he disappeared. He either wandered off or was taken.
Damn it. How could you let him out of your sight like that?
I didn't know we were supposed to let him out of our sights. He was insistent to leave, and before we even convinced him.
He's not a looper like us. He doesn't know. He doesn't get it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. She stalks away.
Lovely reunion. Can we keep going?
Oh.
This is Carter.
Yes.
I'm going to find my father. Y'all can do what you want.
Well,
We
we'll find
may
your
be able
father.
to find him if you stay with us. There is a very specific way of traveling through here, and we need you guys to follow along.
So teach it to me, and then we'll split up.
You have to have a timepiece,
And you also have no map.
and you have no map.
You don't need a map to search for somebody.
No.
It helps to have a map to find them.
If we split up, we'll cover more ground faster.
If my theory is correct, our challenges were different from yours. We were paired up and had to speak with some individual who was part of this concept, okay? During that, they had a way for us to exit.
Oh, yeah.
I think Sig might have already left, so spending more time in this
Did you relate
place.
to that?
Carter doesn't know.
Then this is a
Well-
deception check.
If Sig left, that means he's no longer in the observatory where the rest of us are.
She scoffs. He would never leave without me.
Here, let's
might have if
let's
he
look
was
at this.
looking
Can I pull
for
up the
you.
map? How many dots are there besides us?
4.
4? There we
Sorry,
are.
3.
Just 3.
Yeah. We need Gwyn still. We need Artemis.
We need Artemis. We have Gwyn.
Oh, we have. Sorry.
You're missing Artemis,
Vrak.
Vrak,
Vrak.
Sig, and Faust.
Yes.
But there's only 3 dots.
But my best guess is Faust has already broken the
Yeah.
bounds of this.
So-
I think he's already on his way to 1/2.
So stay with us, and we can get you there faster. It's confusing. It might give you a headache. I just need you to
Does
close
Gwyn
your eyes
also
and
have a
stay
mark?
close to us.
She does.
Okay.
I just need you to close your eyes and stay close to us.
She growls. That makes no sense.
I know this whole place doesn't make any fucking sense.
I don't-
Yuffie chimes in.
Nobody should be splitting up either. We should stick together,
Agreed.
especially considering. I don't know if you guys.
Who is this?
Me. Nimbus.
Me?
Nimbus. Me.
It's red.
I don't know if you've had this before, but you have this kind of manipulative mark that warps your reality, your perception of it.
Yuffie looks at his hands.
It's on your neck.
He's like, I knew it. I would never have chosen to view that moment of my own volition.
It did seem like an odd choice to look at your mother's death, yes. Sorry, Elodie. Directed towards Elodie.
She just looks really sad. She looks really sad.
25 was like,
She
I gotta,
deflates a little.
I
I
gotta
wonder.
recap with my brother in a non-hostile setting. I did alright.
Or you still have to roll persuasion against Gwyn.
18.
18.
I wonder.
Roll advantage because Nimbus gave you a very good point as to why not split up.
That's lower.
Okay.
So 18.
Oh my god, you rolled 18 the second time because of advantage?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I rolled
so,
18
I'm
twice.
so glad Nimbus helped you.
I know.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
I actually rolled a 17 the first time. It was that one advantage that got me to the 18.
So you mean to tell me my options are wander alone and become manipulated again, or stick with you lot?
Yes.
That's kind of your.
Ellie
options,
says,
yes.
Now, Gwyn, that's not very.
Yuffie says, yes. Very tersely.
I wonder. Do I have any insinuation? Would I be able to remove these curses with my cog?
You know what costs.
Yeah, I know it costs. But I'm wondering if I could, instead of going by each, if I could have like everyone in a group setting, because the chosen still have them too, right? Or not the chosen.
Some, about half of you do. It would be.
25 does,
It would be.
Nimbus does, and Alistair does.
I don't know. You can roll an Arcana to make a guess, but I'm not going to tell you.
Can I make? I will make a guess then.
Yeah.
14. No, 15. Sorry.
You only think that it would become more harder.
More insane.
Harder?
Harder.
You don't know if it would be linear or exponentially so, but it would definitely be harder.
Carter?
Carter.
But it would definitely be harder.
What did I do?
We cast gaze.
Would it be easier if I had a second cog?
Cock?
Who knows?
25 looks over at you. It's like,
You aren't using it anyways.
what's on your mind?
If you gave the
Mom
second
says
cog
it's my
to
turn
me,
on the second cog.
I believe you stated you have no intent to use it.
Ideally.
It might be easier. It would be easier on my mind, so I don't lose my sight. If anything more than my sight, if I could remove these curses from everyone, ensure they can't be exploited again.
Could you not become more cursed by holding one of those cogs, though? Or more weighed down and your mind warped by, like, the...
What if I helped you do it?
holding on to them?
What if we split the burden and tried to do the same thing at the same time with both of them? Instead of
Would you
you bearing the weight of two.
Would you be willing to do that?
No.
Fine.
At the risk of madness.
Halfway there.
Hey there, this is you. I don't know about this, guys. Is this a good idea?
I think we'll take away a lot of Faust's strength if he can't mess with our minds like that.
I guess
It might be best to wait till we have everyone.
that's what I was going to say.
frowns.
The only thing that separates us from him is our reluctance to resort to his methods.
Difference is 25. The difference between the usage is undoing a problem that he caused. I do not think.
We're
Well,
not.
I can
we're not
often-
incurring anything new.
Well, I
We're
can
simply-
often relate to the absurdity of fighting fire with fire. This is throwing water into the mix. Trying to undo a problem he made.
At what cost?
I don't know, but if it makes all of us, if it makes all of you in better fighting shape at a downside to the two of us,
Are you sure? Actually, 25. I should. Are you sure? It's very likely you just lose your sight.
That's one of the tamer effects, actually.
I'm saying based on my RP
Oh, yeah,
experience
yeah.
that using the cog simply just takes away my sight, and that's all that happened to me. So that's what happens.
I think it's worth it to remove an ace up his sleeve.
Well, if you lose your sight, you can just use the cog as a substitute. It might hurt a bit, but
I don't like the idea, but I think it might be worth it.
let's at least wait until we have everyone. We can make an executive decision then.
I'm gonna roll disadvantage on every strength related thing.
There you can see the party's call to make. The Clockstoppers and Yule have already expressed apprehension about it, but they're not the main characters. So
I'm the main character.
We'll see where we're at. I'm not entirely opposed.
Gwyn says, well, at the very least, shouldn't we still split up then?
No,
Not at all.
we need to find the others.
Fine.
Everybody, just shut your eyes.
I mean, shut your damn mouth.
Carter just like, everybody shut the fuck up. We'll figure this out afterwards. Let's go.
Let's go gambling. Dang it.
Any destination in particular?
One of the people.
One of the dots. Also, I should make it clear: if we see Faust, do not engage.
All right, gang, make the noise.
Unclear. I'm gonna.
Chicken.
Alright, I don't know what I was doing there.
Ow.
Did you just meow?
You see a fucking cat go.
It's like
Me playing
from,
Magical Kitties last night.
It's like the tornado scene from Wizard and Cole.
I saw Cole at Man of Games last night.
Yeah.
I was playing Magical Kitties.
Yeah, you would.
I played Seven Wonders and Here to Slay. And
You plays the Here to Slay board game?
yeah, not the board game. They have like the deck of cards.
For the board game?
Or not Here to Slay.
It is Here to Slay, you're right.
Yeah, Here to Slay. The
Here
one.
to Slay does not have a
With the
board.
cute little
Yeah, the
animals.
the one where everyone hates each other because there's the challenge cards and the modifiers.
Oh.
You're thinking of the battle one.
Tic Tac KO.
It's not Tic Tac.
Slay the Spire.
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of Slay the
Yeah.
Spire. Yes,
No, Here to Slay.
That
And
game's
I forgot.
great.
I forgot how fucking infuriating that game is if you're playing with people who are fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, that game's awesome.
Literally the entire game, Spencer is sitting over there with a full hand, 7 cards. Full hand the entire game. Has fucking 5 heroes. He slayed 2 monsters. I have 2 heroes on the board, 1 card in my hand. I go to roll to get 7 cards in my hand. And Jasmine fucking challenges it. And then after I win the challenge, I'm like, fucking thank you, please let me roll to use this. I roll just high enough to get it. -2.
That game is awesome. And
I'm like, Jasmine, Spencer's literally 1 monster away from winning. Why the fuck are you attacking me? And she goes, well, you're right across the table from me. I guess you're just in my line of sight. I was like, that is the dumbest fucking reasoning. I was so done. I was like, okay,
I want to
getting
get
done.
drunk and play that game with you, and it'll end in a physical fight.
Did anyone have any particular dot in mind?
Sig's dot if we can find it.
There's only 3.
What's the first one?
You appear to be outside of a foggy street.
Fog.
This one's probably Artemis.
In we go. The fucking posse that is.
You all,
This is what, 11 of us?
11 of you, plus 2 non-persons,
Mothcloak and Yule.
walk through the fog gate.
13 fuck-ups walk through a gate.
Me and my 12 seamless co-op people.
Walk through the fog gate, and you find yourselves in a foggy street. You narrowly dodge Kenji as an automobile roars past you. So it honks.
25 just like scratches his head.
Distantly, you hear Carter recalls the
Oh.
thing that like they said about cars.
Carter perked. So I guess Carter would be in the very front, since he's the one doing the observate. Just like sees the car go by. You know the light that showed me a loop of some guys crashing into each other.
Was that us? Did we get hit? Was it the future? Did he show us getting hit?
It was 2 cars like crashing into each other.
At the mention of 2 cars crashing into each other, Gwyn begins to laugh devilishly.
Hey, Dome, show me 2 cars crashing into each other.
It did like this funny little sound effect as they like unwound each other and then re-hit and then unwound and then re-hit.
Yule says under his breath, Nimbus, I think this is a lure.
What makes you say that?
The cars? the subterranean streets, and he motions upwards. You're underground. We must be at Nerdaldur, the capital.
Oh, I heard you say. I think this is a lure, like a trap.
No, the country's called Elor.
Yes, sorry, I
Like a trap,
misunderstood.
as in a lure.
A lure instead of a lure.
Ha! That's funny.
Oh, it could be a trap. I don't know.
Original
Hey
comment.
there. No idea.
First.
I can do a
Oh.
lure.
There you go.
Can't you like? I always wanted one of these cars.
25 will start making his way to the front
Nimbus,
and just walking.
you spot a shifting shadow move away from your group simultaneously. Alistair, what's your passive perception?
It pays if I wrote it down. 18.
Your pocket feels a little lighter.
What the fuck? I'm gonna look around.
What's
Can I
missing?
check my pockets.
Your wallet, your keys, your phone. No.
I wrote down
Your
cash
coin
app.
purse. Your coin purse has been gone missing.
Who the fuck
I thought-
stole my
Can I
gold?
go
I thought we were
towards
gonna
the
have him visit
shadow?
Vorpal Blades again.
Yeah, you can. Nimbus,
Like
you
the fourth
fall
time.
shifting
My
shadow
gold
to a
blades
dark
is like,
alleyway.
Give me my money back. Somebody's gonna get shanked.
Is it a giant raccoon?
It's gonna be a small child. It's gonna be Artemis as a kid.
You see a grubby pink Goyle-King child.
Is that yours?
Wordlessly closes her jacket and then starts dashing away.
No, I'll follow it.
But she
Can I
clambers
see
up.
this?
Yeah,
Can the whole
you see
party
as a small
pursue?
child clambers up a pipe up a building, while 11 people.
Killer.
I have a
I have
Carter,
a climb speed.
Carter cast hold person.
Boo!
Climb speed, fuckhead.
Let
I assume this is
let
a
Alex-
Spell slide.
let Alistair kill Artemis so we can get
Save
the trusted
failed.
Clockstoppers. And they
The
can
child
go
is
Clockstoppers.
frozen in midair.
Are you happy?
Clasping to the pipe,
Are you
eyes
happy?
wide and darting, realizing that she's paralyzed, clinging to a pipe.
So Alistair,
Carter is done with this and ready to move out of
Um,
this mind
so
fuck.
Alistair is going to not climb up the pipe, but just climb up the wall next to her. Yeah, and just like, can I move her?
I just got bad relief.
Yeah, she's like frozen.
I'm gonna grab her and like climb back
You
down.
grab her scrub and she's it takes you like a couple of pulls to get her off of the pole, a couple of tugs, and you hold her. She's still frozen in the climbing position.
How big of a child is this?
Probably about 8 years old. A
So
little scrawny
is it
for her age.
reasonable that I could like pick her up
Oh,
with
yeah.
the straw? Okay.
Carter is just like sitting at
Carter
the
on
bottom.
Fraser.
You raises his finger. I don't know if that's a. Do you continue unfreezing?
No, I won't then.
Okay. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why?
She's wild.
What do you mean
She's
by
a
that?
child.
Do you look at her?
Yeah.
Her eyes are fuming with rage at you right now, darting back and forth angrily, notably stopping over your throat for a few seconds before lingering into your hand that's holding her.
Can I reach into her jacket and grab my coin purse?
You reach into her jacket, you find a knife.
Hey, this looks like one of the ones I used to have.
Is this Artemis? I will ask the
The
three.
three Clockstoppers nod exasperatedly. You know, it's not the first time she did that to us, even.
Do I find my gold pouch or not?
Do you reach into her jacket again?
Yeah.
It's another knife.
I love this child. This child is my child
Do
now.
you reach into her jacket again?
Yeah.
It's a ninja star. Do you reach into her jacket again?
Yes.
It's a gun.
It's a gun? Holy shit! You know what? I respect the right to bear arms even.
You fake crosses his arms. Shake her.
I tip her upside down and fucking like.
A mass of weaponry clatters to the ground. Smoke bombs, flashbangs.
Are they going off when they
knives.
hit the ground?
A few of them kind of like a few bits of smoke hiss out of one of them. You think a bottle rocket flies off down the alley. And then, a coin purse. That's not your coin purse, though.
Shake her a little bit more, yeah.
An amulet, a golden bracelet, 2 more coin purses. She feels significantly lighter.
I would like to adopt this child.
It's a
this-
grown.
That is a grown woman.
grown woman
It's a child.
reliving a child's memory.
Yes.
So this is a fully grown woman inside
Yes.
of this
She
child.
looks like an 8-year-old.
You know what I meant? You know what I meant? Context.
Alistair likes
She's
anime, apparently.
living through her
You.
memory. We can get her out of here.
Yeah,
But
if we
I-
just walk out,
Can we just take her with
Can
us?
we
Wait, if
keep-
she's just like frozen, can we just forcefully take
yeah, if
her
we
out of
walk
the
out
memory?
of the bubble,
Hey there, I'm not gonna stop you from trying, but I think that there was a key moment, at least we had with Elodie, where the illusion fell apart for her.
okay.
Can we keep this child? Can we keep her as a child?
You
I
bet.
don't
You,
like
that's
this
not
child.
how it works.
Keep her if you want. Out of all
Alistair.
my party members,
They're
keep
not
her.
your party
Alistair,
members.
Our party members.
we need to talk her out of the illusion.
I don't do that.
Time? Yap.
Yap
Yeah.
about your relation as a starving thief as a child. And this is where 25 will kind of just like, oh yeah, I always forget
When
that
I
the
was
first
a
time we
young
met,
thief
you were trying to kill
boy.
me.
I wasn't trying
Is
to
Artemis
kill you.
undead?
I was specifically sent to capture you, which I very quickly found out was not a good idea. I did not realize who you were when I was told.
Sorry, I was not familiar with your game.
Water under the bridge.
Yeah, no, we're friends now.
What are we talking about?
My
His kill
first
contract.
mission.
Oh,
It wasn't to kill him. It literally wasn't to kill him. It was to capture him alive, specifically alive.
For the purpose of killing later.
It's not my fucking.
Basically, for the
problem.
purpose of scientific dissection.
Yeah, that's not my fucking problem.
This is where 25 will like kind of lean towards Gwyn and just be like, I get the sticking out thing.
She rolls her eyes in agreement.
I feel like we need to be able to talk to the child, but she can't talk back unless she's unfrozen.
Gwyn says, "Tie her up!"
Tie her up! Take 25, you wanna just hold her?
Yeah.
25 should hold a child?
25 will like
I've said it a lot.
manhandle the child by both arms.
Okay, Carter.
Like, his hands alone would wrap the circumference of this child. I think
Okay, Carter, you can unfreeze her.
Contest a grapple escape. 21.
30.
She's squirming in your arms. She's like biting at your forearms and then recoiling as she realizes that
It's
you're-
metal.
A fucking metal.
Good source of iron.
let me go. Let me go.
Let me go, let me go!
25 will very,
I will kill you.
very curtly, we're gonna talk first.
We have
Try
nothing to talk about. I am going to kill you.
I don't have a throat you can slit, so calm down
I will
for a
find a
second.
way. You bleed. Everyone bleeds.
I don't
He
bleed.
does it.
She looks at you.
You, street urchin, throw me my knife.
I am not
Which
a street
one?
urchin.
All of them.
I am a very well practiced assassin, I'll have you know that.
Yufei walks up there and snap out of it. Snap out of it.
Hey.
Beat the child.
Snap out of it.
Colt, remember, abuse, discipline.
Yeah, just fucking.
Snap out of it. This is not working.
No. How did we get the other one?
Making them see reason that this was an illusion. Which is going to
Snap
be
out
more
of it.
difficult since it's a child.
What was Artemis's. What was her, like, goal?
She adores Faust. She worshipped him.
Ellie cuts her off. He made her feel special. Like a hero.
This is difficult since it's a child. 25 says just like, this is weird.
She's nibbling on your
It's
cloak.
weird since it's a
I
child.
feel like.
She's trying to kick you in the balls.
There's that.
Ding, ding, ding. Just
I feel like Alistair has a decent amount of connection to this child.
You gonna say something?
Yeah.
25 will like turn the child towards you.
Can't you like whispers in her? Hey, his weakness is water. If you throw water on him, he'll melt.
Start spitting on my
you.
boots. Just like, the fuck?
What do you have to say to Artemis?
I know what it's like to feel like you don't have many like options.
She rolls her eyes at you.
I have plenty of
Do you
options.
know
You're all a
what-
target.
So I'm guessing. Do you know what it's like to have to raise your younger brother, while also trying to figure out why your dad is gone and why your mom is gone and how your dad is probably dead, and your brother can't know what happens, and you have to kill people just to make sure he doesn't die?
She says, don't know, don't care, and she spits at you.
Now that's not very nice. Curses child.
I don't know how to relate to this child. Alistair...
Does Kenshi got something?
No,
Does Robert
I
have
can't.
something?
I have something. I can't say shit though. It's you.
It can be any of us.
Gwyn
If
says,
Tertius has something.
Artemis, it's me. Remember me, Gwyn? I gave you horseback rides as an adult.
No response. They don't seem to get it.
We. I can't. I don't want to just explicitly say it.
Just say it.
All right. The formula this goes by, is you listen to their problems. You take a part of yourself that is similar or or has a parallel to those problems. Put it in front of them so they can see. Oh, we're not so different after all. And then relate that to unification against Faust,
She does
or
Scottish accent. That's right. Sorry.
a unification against Faust, or some effort to pull us together. And that was stop it.
She glares at you. I'm not formulaic. She keeps squirming.
This is Tertius that said that.
No, that's not Tertius. That's Robert.
That's Robert.
No, I like to think Tertius would say that.
I'm not formulaic. You're formulaic.
Tertius would never explicitly say that he emotionally manipulates people in front of the people he emotionally manipulates.
Okay, that's
She looks
fair.
up to 25. Come up with a more original way of restraining me, you big lug.
You lug.
That's boring and takes effort. What do you want
I want you to let me go.
besides that?
I want
Besides
I want that rat's coin purse.
Why do you want my coin purse?
Because I need money.
For
Yeah.
what?
My own survival. Don't care about anybody else. Just want to help myself. Don't you know?
Why don't you have anyone who's taking care
Because
of
my
you?
family abandoned me.
Alright, here. Hold on. Can
Why
I,
did they abandon you?
Because of my blood. I'm a goyle, don't you see? I'm alive, but I bleed purple dark.
Hey! My family does that too.
As if. You look like a red blood to me.
Alistair doesn't bleed purple, does he?
You almost did once.
Yeah.
Hey, if it helps, that kid bleeds silver, so.
Emmy does bleed silver.
Emmy, get over here. We need your backstory. We need your backstory.
You may just. I'll do it. Pulls out a blade.
I guess. Does 25 bleed?
Purple. Yeah.
He bleeds purple. Here, while I'm holding the child,
Alistair, slit my wrist.
Alistair, come cut the back of my hand.
Roll damage.
Is it just
A knife attack. A knife?
is it just the
No
D6?
sneak attack.
Yes,
No,
no,
sneak
sneak
attack.
attack.
Yeah, he hasn't moved in combat yet.
Yes, I have.
It's
I'm holding
it's
a
actually a
child.
crit.
Shit. 8.
4.
4? Okay.
He's got poise.
Good old poise.
She looks down. So what if you bleed dark? You're not a person like me, you're just a mental machine.
He used to be.
No.
No. Yeah, he used to
Yeah.
be. He
That's
got
ridiculous.
he got forced into that.
Fine.
Weren't you like? Wait, you haven't told anyone about any of your backstory.
Listen, I don't want to hear
Oh,
this
yeah.
sob story. Just let me go
Minimally.
already. I promise I won't take your coins this time.
Not much specifics, but you knew I was a person before Sentinel.
Will you calm down a little bit?
I
If
am calm. Do you see me squirming and biting anymore?
Will you
Tertius
agree
knows that
if
well,
I give
so.
you my
Hmm?
gold?
Tertius knows more than
I don't want your damn gold anyway. I just want
Oh,
to
yeah.
go.
I don't know all. I basically know all of it.
How about I let you steal it from me?
That's not stealing, that's pity. And I don't take pity from anybody, least of all that rat.
I'm not a fucking rat. I'm a cat, you bitch.
You say that?
I think Alistair would, to be
Yeah.
fair.
I just called a little like 8-year-old a bitch.
I think you under respect if you say that.
You know, fuck it. I'll say it. I'm not a rat. I'm a cat, you bitch.
She just sneers at you, but she seems to be
Yeah, I
cowed.
lied. I'm sorry. I knew she would fully not like that.
Cowed. Like, you have calmed her down.
I understand your situation. Even if you don't think I do, I do. We're both orphans. We both have families with purple blood. I had to fend for myself until I got into this.
So
shrugs down. It's not like I wanted to live like this, you know.
Neither did I. I literally was forced into it just because I don't have hair.
Oh yeah? What do you want to do with your life then? Because you still look like an assassin to me.
I would really like to be able to paint and make art, but guess what? I can't. Because it's not what my fate has for me.
She frowns a little. And in a voice that sounds a little bit more mature.
You know, when I was a little girl, I used to read stories about heroes and fantasy conquerors. Is it so bad that I wanted to be one of those?
But, sorry, I was distracted.
Oh my god, it's
The fucking little whispering in my ear.
in a voice that sounds a little bit more mature like an adult. She says, you know, as a little girl, I used to read stories, fables about creatures of fantasy and heroes. Is it so bad that I wanted to be one of those?
No, it's totally normal to want to be a hero. I didn't for the longest time, but once I realized what the world was coming to, I realized that even if my family history says what I'm supposed to be, I'm the one who decided that I'm going to be the one to fix things.
So when the loop started, she sounds like an adult now. Her features are beginning to mature.
Is she growing?
Only a little.
Okay.
Her bones
Artemis has always
expand and
been
are immediately
small.
crushed because you keep yourself rigid.
So when the loop started, you were given an opportunity.
To actually make a difference.
It was the same for me. I lived in a lure all my life. When the loop started, I was in a new town in a new country with people who knew magic. And best of all, a leader who told me that we were heroes. Is that such a terrible thing to want to be?
No, but the person who told you that wasn't being honest.
What if he was wrong though? Even if his loop lasts forever, can't I at least make a little difference in there?
Faust isn't wrong. You can be a hero, and you are a hero, but not in the way that Faust wants you to be.
She's talking to you as the Artemis she knows now.
But if everything goes back to the way it was, how will I know I've even got an opportunity again? How will I know it won't be any different?
That's why we need to end the loop, so you can see the difference you make.
No, we can't. No, there's no way.
There is a way.
I know I agreed to come with you guys on the bridge, but I've had so many doubts since then. You can't know what comes next. How can you say that with such confidence?
Isn't that a good thing?
That's
25
the
says.
wonderful thing about life with consequences is you don't know what's next.
Who said that?
25.
She looks up at you. How can something that scares me be a good thing?
Because not everything that's scary is bad.
She looks confused.
Have-
It looks back to you.
When you're scared, you're gonna react, right?
She looks at the gnaw marks on his arms.
Here, I'll put it in words you can understand. Were there ever storms here in Allura that you...
No, everything's the same in Allure. It's dark and dim and oppressive.
Doesn't that get boring?
Precisely, that's why I was so glad to enter the loop.
Exactly.
It was like a fantasy come real.
That doesn't mean that you couldn't come back to this country if you wanted to. That is still an option. It is
I've
that
got no money, I've got nowhere to go.
you have no money, so you have nothing tying you down, so you can go anywhere.
How do you cross a sea without money?
Make friends, do jobs, earn favors.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that there's a way to get what you want without stealing?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I've learned that too. It's crazy.
And that works?
Yeah, most of the time it
Really?
actually works better than stealing.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah. The consequences are usually a lot better when you don't steal from people.
Actually, there's an even better way to steal. So you go into a bank and you tell them, "Hey, give me a job," and then
You work
just
there for 30
So work there for
years.
30 years, and then they're just giving you the money without even
Just
realizing it.
standing there and talking to people?
Yeah,
Don't feed the child!
That's the biggest heist of the century.
You faint.
I've tried to tell her this a million times.
She'll forget next week.
Alright, if being out of the loop gives me an opportunity to pull off moral heists, then what are we waiting for?
Alright, let's
That
go.
Faust guy can kick it.
And I
I
will
would like
turn-
him anyway.
And start walking with her still.
That Faust guy can kick it. I would have liked him anyway.
Let's fuck 'em
Elodie
up.
turns to Nimbus and she goes,
She practically worshipped the ground he walked on.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Well, change your heart.
Change of heart.
Change of
Alright then.
perspective.
What are we doing next? Are we hammering his skull in?
So
We're putting together a team.
I've got a couple of knives, and she points to the ground.
I will like gingerly set her down.
I've got a couple of knives I'd like to put on his back.
So the way this is gonna work is we're gonna walk out of this existence.
Like, do you mean to tell me
You're
that
gonna
we're
close
not
your
from
eyes.
the Lord?
We're in a dream.
How?
It's
Yule
confusing.
says it's an interdimensional space wrapped across several time streams.
Think of it like a.
They don't need to. They don't need to know what it is. They just need to know how to navigate.
Elodie
right?
says, think of it like pages in a book. We're just turning to the next page. Artemis goes, oh, of course! That makes perfect sense.
I like half drag the child out of the.
She's just a small adult now.
Okay, I will. We will leave the bubble.
Curse mark on her.
Yep.
Carter says, "All right,
Whoa.
this sounds weird. Everybody, close your eyes again."
Ding, 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 ding. Let's go gambling.
Oh dang it! Oh dang it!
Was there ever any physical interaction?
That damn who goes, you guys are a cat? Like, hey there.
Again.
I think there's another person in this thing.
It's the Wizard of Oz scene where the cow comes flying by in the tornado.
But it's not a cow.
It's a cat.
You see, you appear to be outside of a bubble showing a forested swamp.
Let's do this one last.
Okay.
Guess the cat's gone. Oh, thank
It's a
you.
different cat.
You appear to be
Hell.
outside of a totally blank bubble. It's perfectly dark. You can't see anything.
Fuck.
I love the
This is a 50-50 on whether it's Faust or...
Yule says, hey there, I think we should take our odds with the other one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's Faust and
I didn't want to.
Sig.
I want to wait. I want to get Sig first, then go with Faust's right hand man.
Vrak. Yufei says, I want to see Vrak. Artemis says, yeah, we don't even really know anything about him. He never talks. He seems like a nice guy to me, but he's got some sort of connection to Faust.
I actually don't know if we should get Vrak. Carter will
We should
say.
try.
Yufei shakes his head. He's part of the team.
He stole my identity, says Kenji. He was able to steal my voice and at least a part of my mannerisms.
Gwyn frowns. Yeah, he did. Did he do that?
But I
Didn't
think
he betray us at the bridge too?
no. But I think he also gets to view, or at least experience a small part of my memories to be able to act like me. I feel like there is a reason within him.
Elodie says, can we trust him? Yufei says, doesn't matter. He's part of the party.
I trust him.
25 is going to step towards the front for this one. He's a big man.
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
No, just wanting to be one of the first to walk into this one.
Yule says, well, hey, at least if we try and talk sense and involve numbers on our side, one less is one more for us, right?
Right.
What do you think, Gibbs? Can we trust him?
No.
No.
I was Kenji doing a very late disagreement with one. Well, I was gonna. Sorry, you go first.
No, you can.
I was gonna say I trust him, but one less isn't one more. It's just one less. It's not that.
-1 is +1 for us.
That's not the way I see it. What?
Yule's confused.
One less is just one less. So it's exactly that. Someone we didn't save. Someone we didn't help.
But surely he would join us if we save him.
Yes.
So
But if we
So plus one.
yes, you were saying. I thought you were saying one less, as in we eliminate him from the. We outnumber him, so we're gonna kill him.
I mean, if it comes to that,
Yeah, it's not coming to that.
Yule looks uncomfortable.
Alright, eyes off.
The cat is in this primordial soup.
The forested swamp.
Again.
I'll step in.
25 steps
You
in.
walk through the fog gate.
This is...
It is dawn of a familiar-looking day.
the day Nimbus killed the village of Gwynwall.
You're not sure how, but you feel it in your bones. This is the dawn of the first day.
This is the day that Nimbus killed the village of Gwynwall.
Vrak
You
was
have
one.
wind wall.
You have wind wall?
Oh,
It was like, guys, let us cast wind wall.
you have wind wall?
Just the collective 4-man.
Classic bit.
I want that on the t-shirt.
You appear to be in a boat graveyard. There are many rafts called cleansed by the boatlands. Broken, shattered, burning around you. The shallow water appears dark, murky.
25 starts wandering.
He's a wanderer.
I wander.
Fuck it, we wander.
Roll the search.
Fuck it, we wander.
Do I get an advantage with my eye?
Yeah.
My eye.
Sees all.
I should be searching
20.
with my other character, but it's fine.
Wait, 25, sorry.
15.
I see it all.
25, you are too familiar with this kind of murky water. This is from combat. And you think you see a little red in the water. Blood. Nimbus, you get the distinct sensation and intuition almost. And your feet follow it. Past a few more reckoners, wrapping around some groves of mangroves, until you come upon a clearing. A blood stain from the water drags to the center of a small island. There is a large, imposing frog-like figure. His proportions seem to be relatively normal, but he's still just quite large for a goblin. He is kneeling with his top half slumped forward, and impaled in his back, you count about 4 spears, 14 arrows, and 3 swords. In front of him, you see a green man, Faust. Surely this isn't the real Faust, though, right? You don't know. What do you do?
What's happening? Like, is it just, are they talking, or
Was it him?
How do you watch?
to their side, out of their side, as
Hidden?
close as I can, yes.
Roll stealth. Anyone behind her in the marching order may join in a stealth check
17.
as well.
Was he carrying Faust out of the water, or is he actively struggling against Faust? to carry
Oh,
him?
I thought
say
they
you
were
standing in
just.
front of
Yeah, I
him.
was gonna say. I thought they
Oh,
were
I
just
thought you said
standing
he
in front of
emerged
each
from the
other.
water, and I thought he was
No.
emerging with Faust.
Nope. There was a blood trail from the water, as if he had emerged from it.
I see.
Remember?
17.
16 for
30,
Carter.
20. Oh,
34 for Alistair.
Perfect.
Alright, 25
And
will
then-
be part of this stealth check,
I
but
rolled a
seeing the
19.
group
No.
wander in a different direction. He'll
and
turn
then
around and
a
just be
13 for
Oh, it's
Tertius.
32. My bad.
Oh.
Not 34.
That's enough success to outweigh any failures. You stand close and listen. You hear, I can save you. You may yet lie dying, but a simple oath, an agreement to servitude, and I can make sure you live eternal to find your vengeance. You watch as Faust, extends a hand down to the dying Vrak. Vrak raises a wavering, shaky, death-like hand as if to reach out. With a flash of light, they shake hands.
I feel like we were supposed to intervene there.
The scene slowly grades. The angles of the boats, the water, begin to soften. And as images resolve again in color fades in, you watch as a heavily injured Vrak in the water pulls himself practically by his wrists alone. His fingers no longer obeying his brain's orders as a veritable arsenal of weapons jab out of his back as he tries to claw his way to dry land. It's still yet before sunrise. He claws onto the island, and as the sun crests over the horizon, Faust flashes in. The conversation repeats itself.
This time when he extends a hand, Carter's just gonna shout.
Sorry, I actually missed something. As Vrak pulls himself onto the island, you see him raise his hand in pain as a curse mark brands itself into his wrist, complete with a number. And then Faust appears.
Okay. I will shout Vrak's name and step into view when he would go to shake
Are you
Faust's
sure?
hand. Yeah.
He casts a subtle glance in your direction, and then, as if uninjured, raises, his proportions stretching, lengthening, growing out, his skeleton elongating, and he pulls a spear from out of his back and points it at you. The image of Faust completely frozen behind him.
Morning, Vrak.
He says nothing.
I don't think we've ever officially
Does
spoken.
he have the neck mark?
He's got two, actually.
2?
I don't think we've ever officially spoken. I mean,
Are
you
they
know
cool?
harm, I just want a word.
He
Are they
just
glowing?
watches you silently. Sorry,
Are they both glowing?
Can the Clockstoppers please come out and reveal themselves?
I'm not going out there. He's scary.
Can 25 be over with the group by this point? Okay.
He says under his breath,
Prepare for combat.
No.
I understand some of what you might be thinking right now. I'm sure me randomly walking out from behind the bush is unsettling, especially in the wake of a battle. The man in front of you, or behind you now, I guess, means you ill will, regardless of what his silver tongue says.
Vrak says nothing.
Kenji's gonna approach.
Okay.
Elodie, is there water between us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellie says he almost never talks. We don't even know if he can.
Can Carter hear that?
Yeah.
I'm going to mentally or telepathically reach out to Vrak and say, "Can you hear me?"
When you make contact with his head, his being, it's like dipping your finger into boiling water. You're met with a roiling mass of screaming, chaotic energy, many voices crying out at once. Instinctively, you pull back.
I'm gonna try again.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Make a charisma save.
Riz save.
I think that's gonna be a 16 plus nothing.
Nothing?
No.
16 plus nothing.
You recoil in pain. You take 12 psychic damage.
Is this Vrak is elongated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the conscious Vrak.
You watched as what you assume to be the memory of how he was instantly shut away, and he returned to the way that you had knew him, save for the weapons in his back.
We can help if you're willing to.
No response.
All right. Can I go now? Can I go?
Yeah.
Tag me in.
Carter does not high five, can we?
Well, you seemed to have like you had something you wanted to do, so I was gonna wait till you were done, and then
No,
I
go
just
ahead.
was ready when you were done. Sorry. Okay. Vrak, You don't have to answer. Simply acknowledge. When you stole my identity and my face and my voice and my mannerisms, you also at least peered into my memories, right?
He stares at you intensely.
Can I use my unarmored movement to slowly walk across the water closer towards him?
You're approaching.
Yes. Not hostilely, just
As you grow closer, he slowly brings the point of the spear farther up.
I'll keep walking. Not entirely unbothered, but clearly not showing returning signs of hostility. I know what it's like to be cornered and forced into a deal with Faust, feeling like you have to do it. It's the only option. But you also know, from looking into my mind, there is coming back from it. No matter how intense everything else feels.
Sorry.
How hopeless, how tight and cramped, and however crazy you think you are, you can always come back.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
I'll actually do it with these dice. I forget. Do I have any positive persuasion? I don't think I do. No. That's a 12.
His brow furrows, and he pulls his lips back in a sneer. You can't tell whether he is in pain or if he's sneering at you. It's difficult to say.
Can I keep approaching?
If you want, but he's raising that spear in your direction.
I know your first reaction to everything is to fight. I was the exact same way. I fought because Faust told me to, and because I thought I wanted to. Because I thought it would help me get stronger, it would help me feel more free. But it just constrained me. Limited what I could see, what I could feel, what I could think. You have to broaden your mind, give it space. Let yourself breathe.
It is now, for perhaps the first time, maybe I've mentioned this before, but it would become very clear now. Vrak's chest never heaves. It never rises, it never falls. He's not breathing. He can't breathe.
Breathe through his skin.
I mean, even though you breathe through your skin, you have lungs. Your chest rises and falls.
So he doesn't have lungs.
What's that? I think I'm close to 7.
Wow, you get it.
Thanks.
Two people can talk cooperatively.
Yeah, you can go. Go ahead.
25 is going to step out now. Having seen the desperation moments ago, clinging to life, wanting anything to keep going, regardless of what it entails for you afterwards, is a very normal thing to feel. I don't know if it has changed you very physically, but mentally it's very heavy of a weight. 25 kind of just gestures to himself fully in a similar position, trying to cling to life in any capacity. I accepted a deal I would later regret, and it's how I am here. And it doesn't mean we have to continue on that path. Even though someone might have helped you at your lowest, doesn't mean you owe them everything. Doesn't mean you have to go against yourself to do what they want, as much as it feels like it does.
Roll persuasion at advantage.
Natural 20 plus 0.
W-Riz.
I assume you both are cautiously approaching him the way you would approach a quartered animal. Relaxed,
Not me.
but prepared.
No.
Oh, are you approaching with me? Okay.
25 would be. 25 is like walking.
Both walking through the water.
Walking slowly, but not like in a terrified, like, I'm scared of you kind of way, but in a, like, I'm having a conversation and walking closer to continue the conversation.
If I could, sorry. I just want to say one last thing, but
Right.
I was gonna continue approaching as well. Hopefully this doesn't affect the outcome. I'm not afraid of you. I know you're used to that reaction, but I know that there's more beyond you than what Faust simply has made you to be.
As you approach, he begins to lower the spear, and when you're within 30 feet of him, let's say when you're within a few paces of him, you watch as he hunches over the water, and you can see his reflection. He gingerly, almost painfully, touches it with his spear, and you see his reflections fade away, left with nothing. And then he looks up at both of you.
If we end the loop, we may get a chance to redo everything. We have no way of knowing what happens truthfully if the loop ends, but some believe that it'll be as if it never happened.
When
You
you
undo all of this hardship.
mention the ending of the loop, he frowns, and you watch as he closes his eyes, shakes his head, and behind him on the island you see the image of him dying again. And it plays out, but this time there's no Faust present, and he just expires.
Sometimes we have to let go. For the betterment of everything else.
He's looking off into the distance.
Vrak, are you happy with how you are right now?
Vrak closes his eyes once again, and you watch the shapes around you fade away. The boats, no longer broken, are whole. Many of them are covered in blood, yes, but you see as boglins similar in coloration to Vrak appear to be alive on one of them. Their enemies, many of them strewn about, dead, brutalized even. And you watch as Vrak, an image of him, approaches what you presume to be his family, and they flee with terror.
Can we tell if this looked like it was an attack led by Vrak, or if he was more leading a defense and being too brutal?
You're judging by
the fact that his family's there.
yeah, and the number of weapons still embedded in his back. He probably did not start this.
I understand. It's tough. Sometimes doing what needs to be done scares those close to us. I struck much fear in the people I would used to call a semblance of a family, because I did my job and I did it well.
I think they're afraid of him because of how he looks now, not because of what he did.
No, he said there were others that looked like Vrak.
They were the same color.
Color.
They weren't the same build.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strange, gangly build.
It's like imagine your dad goes out for milk and he comes back like Slenderman. That's kind of like how I'm thinking the intention here is.
Because I guess I'm picturing it more as Vrak fought back and was brutal, and his family seeing his brutality is what scared them.
I was saying it's his change, his transformation.
But that would have happened later.
No, it would have happened now because he fought back. He was going to die. He made the deal. He changed. Then
Him
Right.
talking to his family was when some of the boats were still together. So it was before he dragged himself to Faust. He rewound further
Okay. Maybe I missed that then.
Is how I'm picturing it.
Vrak once again closes his eyes, and his hands begin to shake a little bit, and you watch as he conjures an image of him charging into battle. Faust stands behind him, arms crossed, eyes wide, mouth grinning with glee, as this image of Vrak absolutely eviscerates a group of, let's say, cash-it bandits. This image of Vrak is smiling.
It is nice to have that feeling of control and of no consequences. I get it. It does make it right. I can't say that I didn't take some pleasure in atrocities because I was told it was for the right reason. That was a long time ago. You can change.
Vrak opens his eyes again, and the shapes around you fade away into the observatory again. He is sitting still on what looks like a central island surrounded by water that slowly fades away into nothingness. And he looks again at his reflection, pokes it with his finger, and it disappears. No image remaining.
That image of you and Faust. Why weren't the others there with you? Why weren't the other Clockstoppers?
Some of the Clockstoppers behind you frown, seemingly because they don't remember this either.
Do you imagine yourself as one of the Clockstoppers?
I'd like to pause real quick. What number does he have?
I forgot what I said.
It doesn't matter what number his is. Is it lower than all of the other Clockstoppers?
By a significant amount.
Okay. So he's been with Faust much longer than the rest of them. Okay. That's what I wanted to confirm.
You feel like the only way that you could ever learn to tolerate Vrak's presence was if he had been there from the start. He looks into the water again and pokes it with his finger, and as the ripples fade, you see images of the 5 Clockstoppers besides him, and then him standing separate behind Faust, who was also separate from the Clockstoppers.
It doesn't have to be that way.
No, I was going to say, it isn't that way. You imagine yourself as separate, as different from them, but they're all here because of promises made by Faust. It may not have been as direct of a warping of a deal, but it was all still a deal. You are all not. I don't want to call you exactly the same, but you are all similar. You are a group, whether you like it or not. You are together, and you've been through things together.
Vrak looks up at the Clockstoppers who are with you, his normally neutral face scarred with a look of anxious uncertainty. Artemis steps forward boldly. Of course he's right, you know. Don't you remember that time for the New Moon's Festival we made those moon masks? That was great! And everybody thought you were wearing a costume. Wasn't that fun? A ghost of a smile kind of appears on Vrak's lips.
25 is gonna minor illusion over the water where it's him separate and just minor illusion it so it's the same image but him standing next to all of them and Faust off by himself.
He looks down at the image. Elodie steps forward. Vrak, don't you remember all those late nights when we kept watch together? I'm kind of scared of being alone, and even if you're a little scary, it was nice having someone there to keep me company.
We're all a little scary. I mean, I'm a walking statue. He doesn't have a head.
Yul says, hey there, we're all scared of 25 too. And Nimbus a little bit.
Not a little bit. We're all definitively scared.
He says
Get
that.
on our bad side, and you'll be eating moonbeams for the rest of your life.
He says that, and 25 like doesn't have a collar, but does one of these. Just like, yeah.
Gwyn steps forward.
25 is one level 7 moonbeam away from obliteration.
He's on the razor's edge.
To be completely fair,
I would have thought that would have been your opinion of Kenji.
25
Well,
has the
you're not
most.
undead. You would be
Yeah,
less obliterated.
but I feel like you're more prone to obliterate me.
Perhaps.
That's true. 25 is very happy that him and Nimbus are friends because in his mind she is the most threat because she could fly up into the air and then repeatedly hit me with moonbeams and I could do nothing about it.
Gwyn walks forward and she says, "You know, you Faye, I've never met a sparring partner as fierce as you. If I'm not in a fight and I'm not scared for my life, it's not a real fight." Vrak smirks a little, seemingly inwardly chuckling at the scent of it. You face frowning with his arms crossed.
I look back at you, Faye, and I give him like a death stare. I'm like, I know you have a good experience with them. Fucking say it.
He sighs, he steps forward.
Look, you Fae, in the Inquisition, we valued loyalty above everything else. And even though I don't agree with everything the Inquisition upholds anymore, I am very grateful to have someone as fiercely loyal as you are.
Vrak smile widens a little bit. He reaches for the image that you conjured of his friends and him together. And as he touches it and the ripples spread out, it doesn't fade. He puts his hand down. And he looks gingerly up at the rest of you all.
I will offer him a hand.
You're not on our side, you're on their side.
The weapons in his back are gone. He stands as if to reach out for your... What's going on here? He stands as if to reach out and grab your hand, 25.
That
Didn't you already
bitch!
do this? Didn't you already use this? Yeah, he did before we got into the tower. This bastard.
The vision fades. In your mental map, Tertius, you watch as the Pancake River Taurus collapses, jettisoning into a bajillion million starry fragments.
Too late. He got them all. Or he got both of them.
Was that the sound of time stop? Or was that
That was the sound of time resuming.
resuming? Okay.
Yep.
Your superposition has collapsed.
The superposition was upheld by the two halves of the cogs. If collapsing means that Faust has gotten to them.
Faust and all of you stand in the observatory.
Is Vrak there?
Flanked to his sides, you see Vrak and Sig. You weren't missing anybody else, were you?
No.
I don't think so. Their eyes are glowing silver. Not silver, pale white.
Can I anime speed blitz him, throw him through the wall, and like to initiate combat?
Do you want to initiate combat?
Not here.
Where else would we?
Can't. We need those two. He's weakest alone.
And I think he has a hold on them right now, and we're
Yeah.
not. I don't know how we get him out or get them out of the hole without breaking his focus on them.
I have to say, I'm so very sorry to end your little gathering here, but
His burn marks are still present from when Kari blasted him.
How's Sig looking?
Sig looks injured still. It doesn't look like Faust cared for him at all, in any sense.
But I've got a date to go to. A date with and bow. Thank you all for being such a grand audience.
I mean, if you want to run away and be a coward like last time, that's fine. Or we can kick your ass again here and not prolong it.
I'm not going to wait.
Well, actually, roll persuasion.
Natural 20.
You wish to kick my ass? You wish to end me now?
It's gonna happen eventually.
He looks at all the gathered parties merged together.
Who among you wishes to raise a hand against me?
Kenji will step forward.
So out over the table here for a second, I feel like our options are fight him now or follow him to a different location and fight him.
I think we need a little more info. I think there's a way we can get those last two. I think him being isolated is a huge difference from those last two.
I don't think that he's going to leave these two.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to leave him. But I think us being able to regroup and gather up a plan and formulate something we can do about those two, rather than just going into combat right now without any clear idea of what we can do.
Chit chat, chit chat.
This is Robert.
Make up your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir.
This is over the table because
Oh.
like I'm
That's
not
lame.
I'm not trying to formulate a plan. I'm saying 25
Okay.
is ready to just bum rush him.
Yeah, Kenji's ready to bum rush him too. In Robert's opinion, though, the smartest thing here is to fight him later.
Okay. So as he says like which
Yeah.
of you wish to, 25 steps the fuck forward.
Kenji as well.
The party consensus was that you didn't want to fight him now, right?
Yeah, I mean, Kenji and 25 are like stepping forward for like
It's a full step forward.
Does anyone move to intercept them?
Tertius would try and intercept 25.
Anyone else? Nimbus,
Carter wouldn't
Polonius,
move.
Alistair, Emmy?
Emmy would definitely be like, yeah, we can do this. Fuck yeah, fuck this dude. And she would step forward right behind 25, and Alistair would be like, I mean, we could, but we could also be smarter about this.
Carter is patiently waiting.
Damn, Kenji, that's a great fucking mark. Yeah,
Nimbus would stand by Kenji.
As if to say, yes, I will fight you now.
She will stand alongside Kenji, yes.
Can you just say yes or no? Do you want to fight him or no?
Nimbus would, yes, stand alongside Kenji, like ready to fight if
Okay.
he's ready to go.
Okay. I was not sure what you meant, sorry. Like standing alongside him, she was like, wah! Grab him before he
Yeah.
jumps, or?
No, I mean like
Okay.
yeah, Tertius is just grabbing 25's shoulder,
So,
like, not being able to hold him. But
Let's take a character vote. Who out of the 8 wants to fight now?
25.
Kenji,
Nimbus, but not really because she wants to, because she's if Kenji's
Actually-
ready to go.
Like Kenji and 25 stepping forward, so Nimbus is
Yeah.
like, here we go.
yeah.
Emmy?
My against vote is currently Tertius and.
Emmy,
I have one for
Thelonious
both.
would be
So,
against.
I 25. I also have one for both.
Emmy would probably be like, look at that, 25's ready to fight, fuck yeah. And then she would like turn around and notice that Carter's not stepping forward and be like,
Oh,
maybe we shouldn't do this anymore. Alistair doesn't like this head-on conflict bullshit. He wants to try to find
so that's the deciding
to
factor.
gank him.
Because all three of us are 1-1, where the original party's ready to go, the new party's not, and both the Coles are not. So, thank you for breaking the draw, though.
All of us being like, ah.
Emmy
yes.
totally would. Normally.
She's doing what Carter said.
Yeah,
or-
Carter's not confident right now. Carter thinks that we should do something different. Carter's the one that has a brain.
Yule is being dead silent. Your cloak is bristling apprehensively.
My cloak? My cloak does not want to get into the scuffle.
The Clockstoppers seem to be looking to you a lot for cues. So, it's decided.
Tertius stops 25.
This isn't the setting we want.
The few among you who stand forward valiantly are soon swallowed up by your party, who seem to have...
No, get back.
Oh, what's this? Scared? Scared of entering my eternity? Very well.
Oh, actually, he would say,
What's this? Scared? It's almost as if you want to join my eternity. I knew I was right about you all.
Faust, you motherfucker.
Faust, you motherfucker!
Even with one arm, I'll beat you to the submission.
Yeah, no one got this guy's arm back yet, by the way.
Yeah.
Oops. Who needs it?
I'm at an impasse.
There are more things I think I want to say, but I don't have it formulated well enough for me to be confident on them. And there's also a little bit of meta knowledge I just need to separate myself from that I don't want to actually say. Not meta knowledge. Like I've been given a small amount of insight into some mechanics of the Faust fight that I'm trying to divorce from Tertius's plan. But
I've changed them.
You have changed them? Okay. But I'm still trying to divorce it.
Gabe, when he's scheming.
Yeah. I realized that it was not going to be enough because
We're
you
strong.
vastly outnumber it.
Yeah.
So,
We are very, very strong.
I have some schemes. We'll see if they come to fruition or not. Depends on what you guys do.
Counterspell!
Not gonna lie, some of you kind of fucked up a little bit recently. But that's,
Neither here nor there.
yeah.
What's kind of fucked up?
You guys kind of fucked up. By not splitting up.
I was trying to
'Cause we didn't get everyone.
at the same time.
Yup. But you couldn't have done that, so. It wasn't a bad decision you made.
Tertius' initial idea was to just have us break out immediately and try and go for half a cog. But then the Clockstoppers was like, please, let's get everyone, please. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, to be fully fair, I thought Carter was leaving the whole thing, and like the goal was for everybody to just exit.
Well, there was the
themselves.
door, and then there was other shit, which would go other places in the observatory.
I think we retconned it because I do think that I was leaving.
No,
said
you were heading to the corner.
And all the guys pretty much told you explicitly, if you want to continue, we'll open the door, and you said no.
No, I thought I said yes, but it's fine.
No.
Good shit, ladies and ladies.
Congrats.
Sorry, I know it's a very loud vocal force for not wanting to fight Faust, but I really don't think we should be fighting Faust.
Again, I think I said Carter agrees with you. I'm trying to stay in character. 25 does not,
Yeah.
and that's
Kenji disagrees with me. Kenji's opinion doesn't matter to Tertius.
again that's fine.
But
Robert, when he gets to be logical again because he has a second logical character.
yeah.
Again, it's fine. The loud argument is great because it's genuine roleplay.
Yeah.
25 thinks that waiting was a terrible idea.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm not forcing you guys into something you guys don't want to do.
Well,
I feel like I was a very commanding lead in that, but I just want to make sure that.
I'm very glad that Cole went both for staying because when that situation immediately popped up and I was like, I have both of my characters want to do the opposite thing. So my hope immediately was like, Carter's going to stay back, 25's going to push this. Hopefully somebody else decides to either it's overwhelming for one or the other. But we didn't have a tie, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. If it was a tie, I probably would. Kenji, I feel like reasonably could have gone either way, but I just chose to have him want to fight in the moment. Just kind of yeah, whatever.
25 just wants to beat his ass.
He deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenji and 25 have the same goal. Tertius's goal is to make sure is not so personal against Faust. It is just you cannot have the cogs anymore. Your cog privileges are being taken away.
It's very personal for both of my characters. Yeah.
It's still a bit personal for Tertius, but it's like he feels, and this isn't exactly true objectively. He feels he is divorcing the personal stakes from the actual needed goal, which isn't really true. The personal stakes are the goal, but he's struggling to see that, but it still works out in the end.
All good.
Hopefully your plans are clever.